Evening, Clobberers. How are you all? 7:35 hours. I am so sorry that I will not be there tonight for our mission. I'm on an away mission. The captain has given me strict orders. I will be returning to the bridge as soon as possible. Until then, Paco, and Lola, say hello and have a wonderful Saturday night Star Trek.
Hey, that's our wonderful first officer, the greatest first officer in the fleet. We love you, Raquel. We hope you are having a wonderful night on your secret away mission.
And what's my cue for the we? When do I do that?
It. No we's unless Raquel says. You keep your place, Chief Engineer.
I didn't want to try it.
Yeah, go ahead. If you can do one as
no, I can do I cannot do a wee. No, it's not going to work.
Oh, we tried.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It doesn't.
Give him a round of applause for trying, everybody. Oh my God.
My agonizer, please.
Your agonizer, please. Oh my goodness! But no,
we got to clip. We got to clip that. We got to clip that so we can have it.
Yes, we need to have the weed clip on standby. Oh my goodness! What's up, everybody? How are you tonight? Well, tonight, of course, you're off the hook for reviewing episodes, but we'll talk some Trek. It'll be all, it's always Saturday night Star Trek. Our good buddy LT was unable to make it. He tried, and we don't know if Jill will be here or not, but we hope so. We hope Jill will join us again. She's has some things to do. It is a sort of a holiday weekend. It's Father's Day weekend, and I hope you all, hope all you fathers, as both the two of us are, have a wonderful holiday weekend. A Father's Day weekend, I should say.
So we get to sleep in and not do any work, and
probably not. Probably not. But hey, but what can you do? So I guess we'll just see show notes. Or do I have any show notes? I don't know. Let's see. Sunday night there'll be some Sunday night geekery going on for Mark. That's for sure. You can tell him about that. Well, I gather my show notes.
Yeah, so we'll have a birthday edition. Even though my birthday was Friday, what the heck? Be the birthday edition. And I played some Fortnite last night with Dad Man and Dave, and we had a couple other people had some great fun. So it's just the birthdays are silly, but they're always fun. So we'll be hanging out, talking whatever happened in the week in geek, I guess, and wherever the chat takes us, as I like to say. But probably talk a little Obi-Wan and maybe some other movies that are out, and you never know. Probably end up talking about food too at some point.
Yeah. But tonight it's all Trek, folks. Whatever Trek it may be, we don't know which, but it will be Trek. That's for sure. And then Monday night, Mark C. Comics Talk. It'll be comics related. I'm just not sure what yet. Been lazy on those topics, but and of course a week's worth of streaming as well. We just don't know what, but we do know we'll have the Clubhouse. In fact, Clubby's Clubhouse this week, Thursday night, will be my celebrating my second anniversary on YouTube. 14 years of doing this overall, but 2 of them have been here.
Wow.
Or is it 13? I've lost track.
Math is
maybe it's 13. Math is for never mind. So yep, there's that, folks. Also, let's see. Iconicon 2 Electric Boogaloo. Please don't tell my wonderful retroblasting friends that I'm calling it that. Just an accident.
Don't call it when you introduce it either, right?
Indeed, it's just a week from this coming a Thursday on June the 30th, 9 p.m. Eastern. Getting better at that, at least standard time. Yep. I will be hosting the panel for the Great Iconicon 2. They have a lot. I'm gonna start putting up the schedule soon so you can see all the amazing. I'll try to find. Maybe put the link in the chat later.
Great lineup, yep.
Because they have a website already that has a schedule on it. I'll try to put that in there later when I think about it. If you help me remember. But everyone should definitely check out the Iconicon website for the schedule. Some great panels if you're a fan of 80s geekness and even 90s geekness, but especially 80s geekness. And the comics panel that they're going to have, I am proud to be hosting, as I did last year. Toy comics, that is comics based on toys, with, of course, my great friend and the master of retroblasting, Michael French. And congrats to them on their 10th anniversary on YouTube. And, of course, Jeff Barker of Chasing 80s Toys and Endless Bullets Podcast's Matt Swafford. I'm looking forward to hanging out with those august gentlemen talking about toy comics. So, and
That'd
now,
be great.
now the sound of John Denver being strangled. You came on my pillow. Okay, relax. It's a Monty Python song. Just a Monty Python joke. Remember that one?
I don't remember that one, but
Really, it was on the old Contractual Obligation album. I'd actually got in trouble. John Denver did sue Monty Python for that.
oh, he did, huh?
Yeah. It was, now the sound of John Denver being strangled, and somehow he didn't
And he
take
sued?
kindly to it. He did. I don't know if he
Wow.
won.
He probably didn't win.
I don't know if he won.
Cardinal Sin is here.
I see him there. I'm about to start the hellos, and let's see. We're just getting everyone written down so I can do a proper job on
because I can't star things tonight. So just
the hellos. Yes,
giving you a little
it's casual
verbal heads up. Yep. Thank you, Cardinal Sin Hale.
And thank you, Cardinal Sin, for the $20 super sticker. You were too kind. I hope you're having a great night, buddy. I hope everything is going well for you, my friend, and welcome to Saturday Night Star Trek. It's not as lovely because our lovely first officer's here tonight, but she misses you all and she can't wait to come back. And so let's see here. Let me see whom we got here tonight. Hail Cardinal Sin. We also have the great Steve Mitchum. I think he popped in for a second. I don't know if he's going to be able to stay, but nevertheless, all hail the great Maddie's daddy. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you.
And hail to Maddie if she's ever listening.
And Maddie. And to Maddie, of course. Yep. Let's see here. We've got the great Eric K. Bronze Wrencher. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well, Eric. And thanks for the help last night, man.
There've been a lot of bots lately.
A lot of bots. Well, even last night when my computer.
Oh, and your computer died too, right?
Me, he checked on me right away.
We're not going to jinx it.
Yeah, if it doesn't tonight, if it doesn't, just keep going, even though you can't have any control because it didn't take too long to get back in last night. Apollome's Minion and
Pupper.
Hey, Apollome, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Oh, we got a big crowd tonight too. I'm writing all the names down so that I can acknowledge everyone who's popping in.
Put them in the memory banks. Yep.
Found them outside. What's up, Fanti? Oh, all right, dude. Raymond and Sandra Feliciano. Hello there, Felicianos. How are you both? Lovely to see you, my friends. Thank you for being here. Let's see here.
Well, Kyle says he's going to lurk. Sorry, I just wanted to say that. So thank you.
Hey, Khalil. What's up, buddy? Lurk away, brother. Just good to see you. Look, you guys are off. You guys are having a night off too, because even though I'm glad you're here and I hope you chat, you don't have any pressure on you to review anything. So, you don't have to write anything tonight. It's like a night, kind of like just hanging around at 10 forward, talking about how stupid Picard is. And talking about Decker unit and that sort of thing. We're the lower decks making fun of the hierarchy there. So, pop culture curator, hey, the Catman, aka TD Myers. Hello. J-Man, buddy, what's up? Enjoyed your show tonight,
J-Man.
man. And I hope you are doing great. Got to talk soon, man. We got to review soon. JT Kirk. Hey. Guagnar. I can't say it the way Raquel does, of course, everyone, but
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Wendy Webb became a grandma today. Oh my goodness. Congrats, Wendy. That is a wonderful feeling. Both of my brothers are grandpas. I'm the middle kid, but I'll never know that. But I do have kids, and so I'll never be a grandpa, but I know that it's a wonderful feeling, and congrats on that big time.
That's awesome.
Bud Martin, the man of iron. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well, bro. Kal-El. Okay, let's see. Zathras, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man.
Hey, Zathras. No crap tonight.
No. Well, we'll do what we can, though. We'll try to help you out in any way that we can. So we're going to talk about the greatest of Ricardo Montalban. The great. We are going to talk a little bit about Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, we should do some
40th anniversary, but it's just an open Trek show. But yeah, we'll do. We'll definitely talk a little bit about Wrath of Khan. Why not? It's the 40th.
I have a couple of Khan items.
It's not like we've never talked about it here before. You're at an Axamander Bear. Hello there. That Comic Relief Crusader. What is up, bud? Shooter 8323. Shooter. Hello, hello, hello. The great enigmatic drop bear. I don't know if he's ever dropped any bears, but he's dropped tons of wisdom, and we love it. Good to see you, Edie. Chris Persia, what's up, bro? The great Chris Persia, master of wrenchness. Hey, man. Glad you were here, so good to see you. Hungry Boy. I like the name he's got today. Hungry for a Braga-free Orville. Oh.
He didn't like that last episode of the Orville, I gathered from some of his Twitter comments.
Yep. Or the one before. I don't know. That was
the
more
I think it was well, that too.
We'll find out.
I don't think, we'll find out. Yep.
Yes, indeed. Scotty. What's up, Scotty? R37. Hello, hello. And again, the aforementioned lovely Wendy Webb. So glad to have you here, Wendy. JD Lewis, my man. What's up? What's up? Pleasant Valley Picker. Hey, hey, hey. Good to see you, sir. Dave G. Sound. Welcome, welcome. Wolfie's here. I can't do it the way that Raquel does, but Wolf. Terrell 72. Always great to see you, my friend. I hope you were doing well, and hope we can help you out and entertain you a little bit tonight.
We'll do our best.
Just Joe 47. Jobber Buddy, what's up? Hope you're doing right. The great master of limerickness, Max Rudstrom. What's up, Maxer? Inferior. Inferior. Hey. And Larry, hey there. I don't have any more on here, but I hope I didn't miss anyone. But anyone that comes in will definitely note them and say hello. Let's see here. Oops, chat moving so fast on me. Cardinal Sin has a $10 super chat that says, Canadian Spider-Man got some old Spidey comics for his 50th birthday, and I thought it would be cool if the three of us could do a show together. You could rate the comics he got. I think it would be fun. You're on. Like I say, hello there, Luis X Sparrow, by the way.
Hey, Luis.
Always nice when a lovely lady pops in and shows up to see you. I hope you're doing well, love. Hey, Cardinal, let me know if it's at a time where I'm free and I can do it. Like usually nights are later nights are best. Days are kind of a problem, but I would love to do that. And of course, I like my boy Canadian Spidey. So let me know when is a good day, or when is a good night. Usually, like at night or something like that. It's kind of best. It just depends. Let me know when you want, or throw some different times out there, and I'll let you know on them. And thank you again so much, the great Cardleson. You were too generous, sir. Thank you so much. Tiny Metal Trees. I don't know if I've had the pleasure. Have we seen Tiny Metal Trees?
I don't recall with my bad memory, but welcome if this is your first time here. Great to have you join the crew.
Yes, welcome. Welcome indeed, Tiny Metal Trees.
Always love to see new faces
with new folks, and along that vein, anyone who happens to be either A, lurking and does not participate in chatting, as Raquel calls it, your podcasting, if you will, and we appreciate that and respect it. Thank you for for listening to us out there. We really appreciate it, and I want to thank everyone who's listening to this on a repeat or a download or whatever you want to call it, or a rewatch. It is much appreciated. And because they don't really, you can see who's in the chat, and that's all. You never get to see who else is watching or listening or who watches it later. So you don't know, but you sure appreciate it, and I do indeed. It's marvelous of you to do so, and thank you so much for being a part of our 735 Club Star Trek community here. And I know there's JT Kirk with a super chat. Hey, interested in stuff is here. Interested in stuff. Hey, I like that name.
Very cool name.
Indeed.
Never have too many things to be interested in.
No, I'm interested in some say I'm not interested in enough things, but I think I'm interested in some stuff for sure. I know that.
Yeah.
JT Kirk for $5 says in Star Trek 4 and DS9, the transporter was used while cloaked. Why then isn't the beam a torpedo into a ship tactic from Voyager used regularly? Thank you for that. Thank you for that question. I'm glad I have an engineer here to help me out.
Yeah. Is that the scene in Star Trek 4 where?
Well, in Trek 4, they beam through the cloak.
Oh, they beamed through the cloak with the
Well, they were cloaked in the
bird of
park.
prey. And the bird of prey. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think that could be. Well, you always got to explain something, right? That's what Marvel Comics did. With the
Right.
famous no prize. So you had to come up
Now,
with a
trying to
reason
think
where you
about
can
it on Deep Space
bend
Nine
the-
when they did that.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I don't know the
what's the
precise
explanation.
episode.
Yeah, because that was that great scene where you saw the footprints of the bird of prey in the park, and then of course doesn't the garbage guy run into it or walk into it, or the garbage truck is
Yeah, but
going
that's
through there? Late night. I'm just referencing how the ship was cloaked in the park, so no one knew that it was there, and they had some fun. They had some fun scenes where that was that was there in Star Trek 4, and then
here we go with the bots.
yeah. Well, we got Chris Berger here. We got
Hold
Eric
on,
K
yeah,
here,
bots.
so we're safe.
Yeah,
Yep.
Scuba Pete, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Scuba.
Maybe that's what tonight should be about, like weird Star Trek questions asked and discussed.
Yeah.
Questions. So we call tonight's episode Star Trek questions. Like any questions you may have about why did this happen, why did that happen, or what episode did this happen, that sort of thing. We could do something like that as well.
It's always fun. Yep.
I don't. I know they, like I said, they did beam through the cloak. And that's true. Just because a ship is cloaked doesn't mean the shields are up.
Yeah, because normally typically the shields had to be
right.
Would be down, right?
I got to admit, I've never thought about one way or the other with beaming through the cloak, or whether a ship is cloaked or not. They've never said that you couldn't do that I've known of. So yeah, I mean.
Because they couldn't fire their weapons until you uncloak too. That was one of the caveats too. Yep.
Yeah, there's the thing though. You can't fire weapons without decloaking until Trek 6.
And I guess did they say the cloak on Deep Space Nine was more advanced?
He's probably referring to something them using it while on the Defiant, right?
Maybe it was like a more advanced. Obviously because that's in the future, but
yeah, it's 100. Well, the Deep Space Nine thing. You can get away with that one easily enough. Who was it that asked the question? Was it JT?
Was it JT? Yep.
Yes.
What was that question?
It was JT. I got it.
JT. Yep.
It was because that was almost 100 something years later.
Yeah, but that's interesting. Interesting.
It is an interesting question, too.
Yeah. So maybe it was Dominion tech too, or
no,
Deep
the
Space
Defiant.
Nine. No, but also
I'm pretty sure it was the Defiant that did that on the Defiant. Yeah. But yes, but as far as beaming a torpedo onto the other ship, I'm not so sure. I'm sure that I don't know. I'm trying to think of an episode where they ever explained why you couldn't do that. I don't know, but I just think you should probably go ahead and take it as read that you can't do it. Normally, you can't do it because. I mean, combat would be just weird.
Well, yeah. Well, you'd be instantly. It'd be over whoever could beam first, right? So that's why they always have, that's why canon is so important. When people make fun of canon, but you have to have a set of rules in your universe. So if you play D&D, you play war games or things like that. All of a sudden, you can't have, someone just break the rules and
right
and quote unquote cheat. So. That's the problem. And I think, as Wolfie's saying, drop the cloak, raise the shield. Cisco said, typically I thought when you're cloaked, your shields were
like that.
I thought your shields were down when you were cloaked.
Right, you couldn't beam a torpedo through shields
because the bird of prey and TOS does not have any shields, so it's just its defense is cloak. It's sub warfare basically. So it's uses its stealth to hide, just like we had the stealth fighter was actually a subsonic plane, so everyone thought, oh, it's super fast. No, the first stealth fighter, the F-117A, was really a slow plane. It just used the tech of not being detectable as its main defense and electronic warfare. So that's that same kind of theory.
Well, I don't know that he said that. I guess he's asking, Voyager broke canon when Harry Kim beamed a torpedo on a Borg probe ship. I don't know if was the Borg pro ship, did it have its shields up? That I can't remember. I do remember. So you shouldn't be. All I know is I don't think, at least ideally, that you could beam anything through shields.
Unless they figured out, they always science their way through it. They say, oh, there's out of phase, or we can phase through, or
and all that crap. Yeah,
they use it.
So I don't know, man. That's a good question.
Remember
JT.
that one. Yep.
I've watched Voyager, just not as much as everyone. Not like I have watched as much of original Trek, or even as much as I've watched DS9 or even Next Gen or Enterprise. I've watched Voyager the least, I must admit.
Cardinal
Shield harmonics, exactly. Good one.
Well, think of how easy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yep.
No.
I was just gonna say, well, think of how easy it would be to destroy a ship if you could, beam a torpedo through the shields anywhere onto the ship. So that's, that's why Trek has a certain set of rules, and sometimes, writers will come up with a way to kind of bend those rules, but then they stick with them. But except unless, if we get back to TNG, I think one of the episodes where the speed limit, Captain Picard in one of the recent episodes says, "Oh, Starfleet has given us permission to break warp 5." So they're always, that kind of rule. They decided to maybe it's not such a good idea, right? So
well, yeah, I don't know. Look, Max asks. I guess it's not rhetorical. I guess I don't know. He says, "Why was Wesley on TNG?" Well, I've asked that for a long time myself. He was just a very stupid character. Why did Roddenberry put him in? Why was he was so dumb? Why did they do it? He's being on the show is worse than the spot spray. Why? I don't think he's seriously asking that question, because we all know that it was a self-insert. But I understand your frustration, because this just in. Breaking news, folks. But I hear you, dude. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I certainly don't have a good answer either. What?
Oh, I hate it when that happens. It's so sad.
Poor old Wesley.
Yeah, I mean, I think growing up, I think Arena was my first episode I can remember, and I always wanted to be, you're a young kid, like, oh, it wouldn't be so cool to be on the Enterprise as a kid, just as as you're thinking about it. And I think, like everyone's saying, Roddenberry, that was a self-insert as him as Wesley as a young kid, fulfilling his dreams of being on the starship. The problem was, I can't stand kids being on the Enterprise to begin with. It just seems crazy to me. You have kids when you're exploring. It's not, just a scientific vessel that's, traveling. They were going, on a 5-year mission where no man had gone before.
Larry, what's up, Larry? I don't know if I said
again,
so I forgot whether I said a little Larry or not. So go ahead.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
But no, but you're thinking, they're on, going to all these crazy places, fighting the Borg, and you've got kids, your kids on the ship. So, A, that's horrible, and B, I think they just wanted, maybe they thought they'd get the younger help with a younger demographic, and I think that it did probably, I think some kids, I'm sure, probably like Wesley, like some young kids like Jar Jar, but the problem was the character was so poorly written. If it had been written, as him with a lot of failings and not being like a Mozart in space, as a more human character, instead of a super genius who saved the ship every week and, screwed up and grew, and then that would have made a lot more sense. But they made him kind of like a superhero on the ship, and it just took away from the other cast members, and it just, the rest is history. So it's just a really poorly written character. Not a great idea to begin with, to do a self-insert, as we're seeing today with a lot of the modern writing and comics. But once you go down that route, and if you write that character poorly, it's doubly compounded. So yeah, it was really, really cringy.
Yeah, well, garbage character, I think.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. Yeah. Well, it's like Muppet Babies. Why do we want Muppet Babies, right?
That time, everything, remember back in the 80s, everything was Muppet Babies and
Scrappy Doo.
And, was it Tiny Toons?
Yeah. Like, give me the originals. Give me the old ones. Yeah.
All right, I'm about to put a poll up so you can
All right. And Eric K's got a super chat. We'll get to that after you do the poll.
As soon as I get this here.
Yep. So thank you for that super chat. You want me to read the super chat, or you want to read it?
Go for it, because
I'll read it. Yep.
Because
you're doing the poll.
Very
Yeah.
important
Yep.
poll,
So
everybody. Eric
K, the Bronze Rancher says if Clobby had a ship, he would not go any place. He would just sit in one place and play with the Orion slave girls in the holodeck. Oh, come on. Clobby would go to the comic, and he would go to the comic book store, maybe, right? Only for old comics, so nothing new.
Fact check, true. No, I think he pretty much nailed it.
He pretty much got it. Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing anything productive. I'd be basically using it like Barkley, except more disturbing. Yeah. It'd be pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah, once you have a holodeck, life as we know it is over, right? Yeah. It's going to be the Matrix, right? That's one thing that Orville kind of tackles that in a few episodes. There's Star Trek kind of shied away from that. The holodeck would always go crazy, or you'd have someone take over the ship. You have Sherlock Holmes, Moriarty, taking over the ship or wreaking havoc, or something would go wrong in the holodeck. We never had anything like that where the crew was addicted to them, but I think that would be a big problem.
Almost there, folks. Oh, you're gonna love this one.
Yep. And Pleasant Valley says the only thing wrong with Orion slave girls is they're not redheads. Are any of them no redheads at all? They're all have black hair.
I guess,
know. Right? Yeah, we should research that. That's an important thing to find out. Yep. Yeah. So let's see what this poll's going to be.
Okay, here. All right, I want to get this right. I want to be fair.
Okay, yeah. So you can only do 4 questions, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to be careful because this thing, it jumps on you and then you can't. Yeah.
And you can't. Yeah. All
right, here we go.
And Barkley got holo addicted. Yep, that's right, Tyrell. Yep.
All right, be honest, everyone.
Yep.
Be honest. And thank you, Eric K, for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate you. This is gonna. I can tell this is gonna be a tightly contested poll here. It's gonna really. See, I guess
to infinity and beyond.
Yeah, I couldn't. It wouldn't fit.
It wouldn't fit. You tried to do it.
And beyond wouldn't fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not even allowed to vote, but you already know my vote. Of course, Eric thinks
I know what it is. Yeah.
He's my favorite character of all. Yeah.
You did vote. Yeah.
Well, the only thing about this, Eric, is I slightly disagree. It wouldn't be Orion slave girls. Oh yeah, once in a while, sure. I mean, have me some, Batgirl after all, Susan Oliver, but and the ones from Enterprise. Oh my God. But it wouldn't just be Orion slave girls. So that's a slight correction. And so basically what you're saying, Eric, is that you love Wesley and you voted for him. Okay. Look, everyone, no one knows who voted. By the way,
that's true, right?
It doesn't reveal your voter identity here.
Yep. Secret ballot.
So we'll never know who voted for what.
So I don't think Clobberin, you didn't use your 10 other YouTube accounts to go in there and vote multiple times that you love Wesley. No, I guess not, because he's only got 9%. People have alternative YouTube accounts. Yeah, no, but you have alternative. If you have an alternative YouTube account,
I'm not smart enough to make a YouTube
alternative account. Yeah,
I can't. You can't do that when you have a channel. I mean, it's if you have to do it from. I don't know. It just messes things up if you have another channel. If you have a channel, so yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Wow, I think Wesley's going to win this thing. We'll see. I'll leave it up for the duration, or for a while anyway, and we'll see. But
leave it up for infinity. Yep.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Yeah, I did actually write to infinity and beyond, but it wouldn't fit on the poll thingy.
That's right. Kind of like Twitter. Yep. Ran out of characters. Yep.
Yes, indeed. So you know what? Star Trek. I'll tell you what. we'll talk a little bit around the con. We'll talk some basics of it because it is the 40th anniversary. But we've really talked about it so much; it's not much to say. I mean, we talk about it all the time on the Clubhouse and different things. That fateful day. It was, what was it, about 2 weeks ago was the actual date.
It was June 3rd, right? June 3rd
something
was
like that. A couple weeks back.
It was the anniversary of Wrath of Khan. Yep.
And yes, I'll never forget that day. Like I said, we got up at like 8 something in the morning. I took that day off working in the comic shop. That's what that one's for you, Eric K. And took the day off. Like I said, the newspaper Times said it was showing at 10:50 a.m., which was strange, but we didn't question it. It was all right, sure. So I went and picked up my friends. Well, I think I picked up a friend of mine. I think it was 2 of us, because there was another friend of mine that I later met and made good friends with, and I'm friends to this day. But he was at the same theater, and we didn't know each other yet until like a couple of weeks later we would meet. So we go there, and they say, "No, I'm sorry, that was a misprint." Pat asks, "What's up, dude?"
Hey, Pat. Hope you're doing good.
Dude, oh, right. I didn't see you in a while, man. I hope you're doing great, but I hope you're feeling better. Actually, yes. By the way, Just Joe, also the 40th anniversary of John Carpenter's The Thing. It's going to be in theaters. Are you sure next week? I think it's tomorrow. And I'm aggravated about that because I got to go do Father's Day stuff when I want to go see the damn movie. Man, I love John Carpenter's The Thing. It's one of my favorite movies. When I wasn't going to see Wrath of Khan a million times back then at the theater, I was going to see that a couple times and Tron a bunch of times. And, I love Tron as well. But I love John Carpenter's The Thing and went back a number of times. And it would be fun to go watch that at the theater.
It's always great to see that stuff in the movie theater. It's like we did the watch party for Star Trek movie, so the motion picture, that was a lot of fun. And thanks for everyone that hung out there, and it's just something about seeing that again in the movie theater was just awesome.
Sunday and Wednesday, I got you. Cool. My only window is tomorrow. Maybe I'll try to go. I might try to go in the daytime. I can't go to the day one. I might try to go to like the 7 o'clock feature that they're having. So that's cool. Pat S., glad to hear that, buddy. So yeah, so we went there, and again, I had managed to avoid a lot of info on it because back then it was easy. Back then it was easy to avoid info. You really didn't know what was going to happen in a movie unless someone saw it before you and told you.
That was spoilered for me, though. I'll explain how that would happen in a second. Or you
bought the novelization, or a comic book adaptation, which this did not have at the time. So, how was the movie spoilered for you?
Well, as I've mentioned before, one of the best days of my life, other than my kids being born and meeting my wife, got to preface that so I don't get in trouble.
Yeah,
was going to the world premiere of Wrath of Khan on June 3rd, 1982. I was at baseball practice at 5 o'clock. My dad rolled up in the van. I still remember that blue and white van that he used to have. And I jumped to the back of the van, changed out of my baseball uniform, and we went to the movie theater in Stamford, Connecticut, and they had the world premiere of Wrath of Khan. So I got to meet Leonard Nimoy. One of my classmates, her uncle, was Gary Nardino, who was one of the heads of Paramount. And let me turn my camera on here, see if that's going to... Oh, maybe I have to turn it on. That might help. And so he was one of the heads at Paramount, and he was set this up as a fundraiser. The other choice they had was Grease 2. So thank God they went with.
Imagine you might not even be sitting here if they went with Grease 2.
Yeah, no.
Your life would have been so different.
Who was? Oh, that was. Who was in that? That was Adrian Zmed, or I can't remember. Was it Grease 2?
Who wasn't that? What? Yeah, I think.
And Catwoman was, and oh God, who played Catwoman? And Batman Returns.
Michelle Pfeiffer was in that.
Michelle Pfeiffer was in that. So. Yeah. So here, let me.
All we know is it wasn't John Travolta and Oblivion Neutron Bomb.
Yeah, so that would have been a big mistake if they had done that.
Yeah, Grease 2 or Star Trek 2.
So here's
at the time, they wouldn't knew how big this was going to be. They thought the motion picture didn't do well, so they thought, nobody's going to want to go see this. I mean, other than Star Trek people. No one knew how this movie was going to blow up.
Yeah, because motion picture did well, but I think it was the budget was so high, so it didn't make a ton of money. And of course, it's
okay, Raymond. Raymond and Sandra, have a great night. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Take care,
guys.
Have a good one. Yeah, so I think
subscribe to Keaton Dolphin TV, everybody.
Yep.
The link in my description below, and he can put it in there if he wants.
I think that it made about $80 million, the first Star Trek movie, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's
roughly, but
that's why they
profit-wise.
That's why they put this let this movie be made by the TV department.
Yep. There's that whole Phase 2 story, and then there was was it Attack on Titan, or what was the name of? Wasn't there a movie they were going to do called Attack on Titan at one point? Or I'm trying to remember the name of the. It was another alternative movie take at one, but they went back and forth like show. If I'm remembering,
there was Phase 2, but before that there was a movie called Home. Then there was Attack of the Titan. It was something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Attack of the
Planet of the Titans.
Like Planet of the Titan. Thank you.
Planet of the Titans, and it was Home.
I knew it had Titan in there.
Titans. Yes.
Yeah.
Early. That was early though. That was kind of in the 70s, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the ticket, and I had two of them. I got to make a shadow box out of this.
That's Attacks of the Anime, Pat S. But there was an early script that Roddenberry was working on called Planet of the Titans, so that's what he was confusing it with.
So, Raquel was here. She's like, "Don't even touch this." Last time I showed these, don't even look at them. So this was Landmark Square, ticket number 92.
Wow!
And of course, we've got the incomparable Leonard Nimoy signing the ticket. So what I should do is have a shadow box with that ticket facing that way.
Pleasant Valley Picker, I'm all over the place on that question because I hear you, but I almost wish it had happened and maybe Nimoy would have come along because Star Trek belongs on television. If he had done the show, if they'd done the show and then maybe Nimoy comes for a guest appearance and then decides to stay with the show a little bit more, I would like that better than movies. I love the Wrath of Khan. I love motion picture. I love the Trek 3 and 4. I would rather there have been a good Phase 2 show that lasted a number of years and maybe Nimoy come back after a year or two and rejoin them if possible and have 4 or 5 years or 7 or maybe 5 years of a second Trek series. I would have rather that any day over movies. But that's just me. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. It's tough for me to see the chat because Phantom says, Wrath of Khan made 12 million budget, 97. But I think let's talk about TMP. I think TMP made about 80 million. I'm going off my faulty memory or something like that. So Khan was very successsill on that, limited shoestring budget. Yeah.
But not just. See, I'm not even talking about box office. But this became one of the most highly praised, reviewed, and legendary science fiction films of all time. It is you're hard pressed to run into too many people that don't love this film, even people that aren't the biggest. I mean, they might be like moderate Trek fans or they like Star Trek well enough. This thing this film is as big as any film of the era, and it's a classic. It's considered this in every single way.
Yeah, and then they had wine and cheese, and then they had the auction. I'll talk about that. I think Pat asked a question about Spock's ears, and then they had the screening at 9 p.m. And this is just I think here are the auction items. That's probably fun to show. But then of course they mentioned Gary Nardino, who was the president of Paramount at the time. So my friend Nicole, she would bring in signed Fonzie photos sometimes, Laverne and Shirley. Cool things, for the class. It was show and tell. What am I bringing? I'm bringing a picture of the autograph pictures of the Fonz. Like, How did you get that? I mean, Fonz was so, the Fonz was it.
Yeah. Pleasant, I hear you. David Gotro might have been okay in that role, but remember, Stan, that character was not Stan, it was Zahn was his name.
Zahn.
He was a full Vulcan. And they would have been like McCoy would have been picking on him a lot, and it wouldn't have been Spock, but still could have been okay. But yes, I read some of those Phase 2 scripts, and yeah, I mean it could have been all right. But I would have been sitting there going, okay, maybe Nimoy will see that he missed out and he would come back. You never know. Yeah.
So here's what was in the auction. So they have. So they had all this artwork. So they had artwork of the Enterprise and the Mutari Nebula. Then the Reliant swirling around City Alpha 6. God, I wish I had pictures of this. Obviously back then there were no cell phones, maybe some people had pictures. Space Station Regular 1. I can still close my eyes and kind of see these lined up on a couple, 3 or 4 tables. You could go in the front row of the theater, just past the front row. And then the picture of the Eden Cave. I should Google some of this to try to find, because they have some of the artwork, the pictures of them. Space Station Regular 1
Genesis
and the
Cave, yeah.
Genesis Cave. They had that. They had a preliminary study of Reliant, like it was like a first take on the Reliant, so it did look kind of weird if I'm remembering. And continuity boards, comic books for those of you out there for visual effects. They had them lined up like 5 or 6, storyboards from Khan.
Storyboards.
Yeah, then they had the Eden Cave. They had the production painting of the matte shot that was married to the live action bubble set and Rocky Pillar, and a guide for Industrial Light and Magic's Corp's art and waterfall visual effects. So imagine that, having the production matte paint. It was a big painting. Preliminary sketch for the Eden Cave, another one. I just drool over this stuff. Then they had a sketch of Kirk's apartment. Then this was the real stuff, quote unquote real stuff. They had Spock's lapel pin, belt worn by Kirk. I can still close my eyes and see that. Lapel pin worn by Kirk. Shooting scripts. Spock's ears. That was a big item. Conductor's score. Star Trek plaque. Captain Kirk's phaser. Oh, yeah. Captain Seal for his jacket. And then they had 4 autographed pictures and 1 mock-up. Well, they call it a laser gun here. And, that was, obviously the phaser. So I'm looking over all this stuff. I'm like, Dad, can you get, it's a donation. Can you get me, can we get the phaser? He's like, that's crap. It's crap. It's movie crap. Look, and you can pick it up and hold it. And he's like, this is crap. Look how crude it is. Because, it's just for the, it's a mock-up for the screen. So it wasn't the hero prop that was close up. So it did look kind of rough. And I'm like, come on, and just the artwork and everything. It was just so amazing to see all that stuff. I hope I don't sound Looney Tunes, but it was so much fun.
No, it was.
And because that was my my thing. And then I just met Leonard Nimoy. So and then the auction, the big item. I think Spock's ears went to my friend Kim. I'm still in touch with, and I think they sold for either $3,000 or $2,500. I can't remember what the exact figure. It was around $3,000, something like that, let's say. And God knows what they're worth now. But my dad was like, "Oh, they spent so much money on those ridiculous ears. What a waste of money." And then today, I mean, I think if you look in some of the auctions, I mean, it's priceless. But let me grab my version of Spock's ears. I'll show them.
There she is. There she is. Wow.
So I do have Spock's ears.
Because
I've been collecting. Look at that.
Wow. You can't put them on though, huh?
Well, I don't want to try.
I know.
I don't want to break the seal. But I've been collecting Wrath of Khan stuff forever. So this is obviously Wrath of Khan ears. And I told Kim, I said, anytime you want to sell, I get first dibs. Of course, they're out of my price range now.
That S is being mean to you. Well, does it sound
Oh,
nuts?
it doesn't kiss a girl till college. I can neither confirm nor deny that rumor, but I'm going to go with that rumor is false. I did get it in the basement, but but I did sit next to a cute redhead that I had a big crush on at the time. She probably didn't know it, so I was in the front row, second seat from the right, and she was on the end, and it was just it was fun too. So
hey,
that
Anano
was
Moss. What's up, Anano? Hey,
so those are, hey,
yeah,
that's it.
Nice, love it.
So I guess these are. I mean, I don't know what I haven't seen too many of these on Fleabay, but they're kind of cool. Yeah, present Spock's ears. Oh, so how I got spoiled here? Let me grab the magazine to show everyone how I was spoiled.
Which mag? You talking
spoiled,
about the movie souvenir mag?
Yeah, but by spoiled, well, I was spoiled getting to go see this. I'll admit that, and also spoiler spoiler alert. So, here's the other invite they sent out to everyone, and this is also signed by Nimoy.
Wow.
So that's got to go in the box too. So that was, and of course, someone put a hole through. Remember, Sharon Raquel, there's a pinhole through it. Mom had it on the bulletin board probably before we went to remind us to go. Yep. So that's also signed, and then this magazine that came out. So it's the official Star Trek movie
is that
mag.
the Starlog one? I still have mine.
Is it Starlog or is this?
Starlog put that out, didn't it?
Let's see. Published by Starlog Press. Yep, of course, yeah.
I still have mine somewhere. I mean, now I don't know if I got it before or after the movie came out. I think it came out before the movie, though.
Yeah. So there was a stack of these lined up in front, and my friend David P., who was always getting into trouble, went and grabbed. He just went. David, typical. He was always getting in trouble. I'm glad he did. He just went and he just opened the damn box. He didn't care, David. So, which is great. So he liberated these. Let's see if I can get the light so it's not.
So does it has spoiler stuff in there?
Yeah. So there's a spoiler. So the Kobayashi Maru. Sorry about the. I'll turn the.
Oh, you had the first scene open. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Not
so
the
I
end of the
opened
movie,
this.
Though, right?
I cracked. Well, no, I didn't have time to. I'll just change the angle here. It'll work. So I didn't have time to read it, but I opened the thing up. Of course, I had this signed by Leonard Nimoy. So this is signed too.
Wow.
And, which is awesome. I should have been reading. It's signed, and I'm reading it. Look, and you can see the residue of the signature actually made it on the McCoy. That's this Katra kind of went over there.
Yeah.
And I'm reading this. And you go to the first article, and they're breaking down the movie. So I got to be careful. I'm always careful when I hold this. So they're telling you what's happening in the movie here.
It's got the whole synopsis.
Yeah, so it's got the synopsis. So they tell you that it's Kobayashi Maru. Yeah, so that right here they say, let's see, this Spock's, yeah. Suddenly the rear wall right here. I'll try to hold it. Yeah, the rear wall of the bridge slides away, revealing Admiral Kirk. Yeah, so and then they realize, it's a Kobayashi Maru test. So I was like, motherfuckers! Well, I didn't say I was a Catholic school. I didn't say that.
So,
but
I can't remember if I didn't have it spoiler for me. I can't remember if I got this before or after the damn movie. I think it was before, but I'm not sure because Walden's in books would get the Starlog all the time, and I just can't remember. Yeah, no spoilers, please. Spoiler alert! We're talking about wrapping up. In case you don't know what happens, believe me, it's all fine and nobody dies or anything. So, yeah, it was weird though. So
yeah. So that's that was really the only way you could get spoiled. Maybe if you read if you read a magazine or something.
Well, the novel came out before it though.
Yeah, I
guess there was no comic book adaptation. So
yeah, so I guess if you read you read that, then
there was one later. 30 years later there was, but I'm talking about at the time now.
Yeah, but that's back then those were some of the few ways you could get could get spoiled, I guess. Yeah, there's spoilers.
I just can't remember if this particular bag came out after or before or after. I have a friend of mine who would know he remembers all that kind of stuff and crazy stuff from back then.
Yeah.
So, but he said that. In fact, he told me, he said there were people in line that he knew a lot of stuff about the story going in. Well, I was pretty shocked.
Well, I guess it must say it's been years since I read it, but that was. I'm assuming they have they mentioned that Spock died in this. Let's see, do they?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh no, they stop at Marcus. Yep, they stop there. Yep, so they go halfway through. Like these are like you can buy Star Trek holograms. It's just a great magazine. Just to all these old classic things that they had for sale. Space jackets, space shuttle cap.
I love Starlog.
Starlog is so much fun, and then this is all the movie too. So you can find this on eBay still. It's not expensive, and it's a great. If you love Wrath of Khan, it's a great. And that's one of the paintings that they had for sale. I think they had that. That was the matte painting, a regular one. They had a painting just like that. The makeup and everything. So it's that's how you got your news and your info back then. I think I have. Let's see. I have. Of course, I've got so much Wrath of Khan stuff. It's ridiculous. But I got a bunch of these. These were flyers that were handed out, and they got the poster in the middle.
Nice.
And of course,
the program
classic, coming June 4th. Yep, to a theater.
Let's take a look at our poll for a second here.
Sure.
Come on, man. Hang on a second. Oh, you slow ass. Come on, YouTube. Stop being a butt ass. All right, there we go.
Computer.
Okay. 40 votes so far, folks. Do you love, like, dislike, or hate Wesley? Be honest. And it says at number one in the lead, surprising no one. 50%, I hate Wesley to infinity. At 29, a shocking 29% in second place, I tolerate Wesley. And a slight lead for I like Wesley a little. And in last place, that's at 12%. At 10% is I love Wesley. Now, I want Eric K to clip me saying that so he can play it over and over again because he's I love Wesley. Of course, I'm talking about the character of Wesley in the Princess Bride because he was a great character. So,
yeah.
But context doesn't matter to people like him. Monkey Jeebus, what is up, brother?
Hey, Monkey. These are just a few of my Wrath of Khan collectibles. So there's a cool pewter statue they had. I don't think they do so many pewter statues anymore, right? I think for a while they were pretty. Marvel and DC were doing some, and so
nice. I am computer. I love that. That is badassness right there. Love it.
And even the back, the back has something. Yes.
I don't think I've seen these before. Have I seen these before? I don't think. Have you showed me these before?
I don't think I've shown them before. Yep. We got to do.
Wait, let me see Kirk.
Yep.
This is motion picture.
Motion picture. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Nice.
So I have that on a shelf, like with all my Star Trek stuff. So it's kind of hard to reach. So I dug it out for tonight. I'm sure Raquel will watch this on the rewind. So
very, very good. Very nice.
1979. So yeah, so it's a fun couple of items. And Phantom was saying, I got all the brochures. Actually, there's a
wow. Do you see this?
Another.
What Wendy wrote?
Oh, interesting.
Speaking of the Princess Bride, my newborn grandson has 6 fingers functional on his left hand. Is that seriously? I've never heard of that. That's wow. That's amazing.
Got to find out.
I've never heard that of you.
No, but
aside from the movie. And there's
you're
Jeff.
not related to the Montoyas, are you?
Jeff
No,
Morris.
Okay, yeah.
Jeff Morris, welcome. A new person pop. It's always great to have someone new pop in. Jeff Norris, welcome. It's good to see you. Thank you so much. As I like Wesley Moore after seeing Will Wheaton and other things as an adult. Hard not to. I got you. Well, all opinions are welcome here, and we appreciate you, as are you, Jeff. So thank you for being here. Appreciate it. We're just having a little fun with the whole Wesley thing. We pick on him pretty good here, but let's say some people like him, and that's fine.
Wasn't. Yeah,
well,
none of the as we always say, none of
right. We're mean to the character, not the person. I don't like things he says lately in real life as an adult. But as far as back then, he was a kid, and I don't think he should have got picked on or anything at all.
Yeah,
but we have a good fun making fun of him on the show a little, making fun of him. But hey, there are people who like him, and that's cool. That's what I put the poll up for. You love him, you like him, you hate him, whatever. It's still always make sure we're talking about the fictional character that we're busting on rather than any real life people, of course. Wow. She says, seriously, my daughter-in-law's great grandpa had 6 functional fingers on both hands. It's a hereditary trait. Oh my goodness. I've never heard of that. One of my favorite episodes of The Outer Limits was called The Sixth Finger with David McCallum. That's a great episode. That mug is too cool there.
There's my con mug. Sorry, I didn't do that con very well. But then again, I'm no Shatner. So
I need to get that recorded for something.
Con. I do have that. I could put that in. I have that. Yep. So of course you've got to have a Wrath of Khan mug with. You got to have your sonic screwdriver stored in your Wrath of Khan mug. And I've got,
Polydeck.
Spidey says hi here in Cap.
That's the spirit, Jeff Morris. I already like Jeff Morris. All opinions are welcome, even wrong ones. You got it. If I think all of mine are wrong, that's what I like him. That's why I like him. If mine were right, I wouldn't really say them very much. Being wrong's easier because no one puts any pressure on you. They go, hey, it's full of crap, so they don't really expect much out of you. That's the way I look at it. Thank you.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, let me see that. Let's see, Jeff. Oh, I like that. I like trying to see what Jeff's avatar was. It's tough to see. It looks like a G.I. Joe thing here.
I see.
It
looks kind of Joe-ish, but my eyes are shut.
Yeah,
so.
it's kind of. I can't see it that well, but anyway.
Yeah, the eyes are gone. Yeah. So I do have, of course, we've shown them before, but I've, the Rathacon, ton of Rathacon cells, and then also have, all the lobby cards from Rathacon, which are really fun. I have one thing. Let me grab one thing in my family room. Hold on, I'll be back.
Go for it. Cobra Commander. I thought so. It's kind of tough to see, Jeff, but excellent, excellent. And while he does that, he's vamping. We should have had for him. We'll show a few more of the Trek. This is basically an open Trek talk show for anyone who's new here. What we usually do, as you all know, for anyone new, as you all know, but for those new, is when my wonderful first officer Raquel Briggs is with me, which is most Saturday nights, we're reviewing all of real Star Trek, 66 through 05, only real Trek. And we are smack dab toward the end of TNG season 7. And we do 4 episodes a week, but this week she had to go on an away mission, so we're just kind of goofing around she's out, just kind of talking. This is the 40th anniversary of Rathacon, so we thought we'd mention that a little bit, do a little show and tell. But basically, other than that, we're just goofing around. We're going to be talking. It's open Trek talk, so anything goes pretty much as long as it's Trek talk. And next week she'll be back, and we'll continue with our reviews. Like I said, 4 more. I think let me check, see how many more episodes we got to go while he's doing that, because we're getting close to the end of TNG. I know you're all just heartbroken. And look, it's been fun. I mean, but the thing is, a lot of people they can't wait. They can't wait to. A lot of people, I keep hearing more and more. They can't wait to get to Deep Space Nine. So that's going to be fun as well. Let's see here. Excuse me. All right. So how many episodes does we have leftly? Okay. All right. Firstborn. All right. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Okay. All right. 1, a 2, 3. Next week there will be 3 episodes, and then the following week we will do our big season finale, series finale party. We will review all good things as one, because it was originally aired as one, was it not? Anyway, and then we will do our do our series recap. And then of course in the two succeeding weeks we will do the movies, the TNG movies, and after that we will start. Hey, The Thing, what's up, buddy? Oh my goodness, it's great to see you, pal. It's clobbering time. We always love when you pop in, man. And so, yes, so after we get through, we'll be start on we'll start on DS9. And we're all looking forward to that. The Thing, Wesley. Wesley must be clobbered. Indeed, tra. Oh yeah, but a lot of people seem to be looking forward to DS9. Jeff says TNG got me back into Star Trek during college. Yes. Oh yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Of course, I watched it when it first came on, and was always I'm very old, Jeff. If we don't know each other, so I'm very old, and I'm more of a original series guy. But I enjoyed TNG. In fact, when I went back and watched it many years later, I liked it a little bit better. What we've been doing here is fairly breaking down the episodes. There are a lot of them I think they got a lot of terrible ones, but they got a lot of really good ones. And I think basically the inconsistency of quality is what's concerned me about the series, going back and watching it in a linear fashion, reviewing it in a linear fashion. That said, it's still a very beloved show, and a lot of people do love it, and there's a lot of good stuff there. Hey, Clobberin, did you keep a tally on how many TNG episodes were good, great, or we're gonna do in the not next week, but next Pleasant Valley. That's gonna be the series wrap up show that we do, and we're gonna take a look at all of that. We're gonna pick out we'll best episodes, worst episodes, best season, worst season, that sort of thing. In addition, of course, to reviewing the last episode, All Good Things. Wow, look at that. The destruction of the Reliant. It's a plate. Do you eat on that plate? Some bacon and eggs. I don't think he could hear me.
Oh, here we go. Here, I had my mic switch off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. So I was talking and I was saying some great things. You all missed them.
No, you were muted, so I just thought you were.
I know I was muted. Yeah.
Waiting.
There's a switch on my mic. I wasn't muted on the StreamYards, but there's a switch on my mic. So boomer moment. But so I'll never eat on this. But this is a fun. Back in the day, these Hamilton plates, there's a whole series were really popular. So I got that one.
That's nice. That is beautiful.
And
oh wow,
this is a really cool one.
Nice. Love it. Love it.
Great artwork on there. Yep. So this is what do they call this one? I guess just Star Trek 2. Limited to 28 firing days. So this is number 49,000. So I mean, there's a lot of them out there. Yep.
Hey Jill, I didn't know you were there. I mean, you have good to see you, Jill. You have a link if you feel like joining us, but if you can't, that's cool. It's just if you're able, no pressure. You know that. Every time I see some new collectible, I only see another exhibit in Mrs. C's Divorce. Whoa, wow, that's harsh. I don't endorse that at all.
Don't take my stuff.
Wendy Webb says, it's been a long day after 3 margaritas. I'm ready for bed. Good night, everyone. Take care. Wendy, congrats again on becoming a grandmother. Big time. And thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We love you and wish you and yours the best. And have a wonderful, if you celebrate Father's Day at all over there? I think she's on the other side of the world from us, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, Wendy, have a happy Father's Day and a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you so much
And
for
congrats on being a Grammy.
I just can't remember if Wendy's like is over here with us or on the other side of the pond. We get so many people from all over, Who drew that, Claude?
So this is drawn by. Sorry, it's tough to get. Oh, get out of the way, Spidey. So that's the signature there. Holt, 1982. I guess Johnson Holt. Johnson Holt.
Okay, Larry. Thanks for the strawberry frosty. Do they have strawberry frosties now, Larry? I haven't seen that.
So if you visit my house and come through the side entrance, this will greet you.
Nice.
So that's.
I think she might be in the USA. I was thinking somebody else, probably Wendy. Should just ignore me. Wow, nice.
Voodoo Con. Sorry, I can't get the full picture there, but you get the idea. You get the idea. So that was one of my. Oh, cool! If I hold it the right way, you can see the Enterprise in the ceiling.
Yeah, he knows you were just kidding, Steve. But
I know.
Look,
I know.
she is we already know she's a very understanding woman, or his ass would be out boom like that in a heartbeat with all that stuff.
Yeah, most guys would be, right?
Yeah, let's be honest. Yeah, they do have a strawberry frosty. I'd never heard of that. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought that was blasphemy. They could only make chocolate frosties. I guess they had to compete.
Right.
All right, let's see here.
Fun stuff. Yep. Oh no. Oh, this is a good item here. This is a gooder, as Raquel would say. Maybe I should free him tonight.
Oh, is that
It's a bobblehead. It's not a Funko.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a Funko.
I didn't think it was.
The poor guy stuck in the box there.
Why is it a frosty anyway? I don't know. That's what they call them at Wendy's.
Yeah, well, Wendy, it's not a milkshake.
It's not quite a milkshake, though. It's ice cream.
Because I was just
Soft
in Wendy's, and I asked for my son asked for a milkshake. It's more like a soft serve, but it's a more liquidy soft serve, if that makes sense. It's like so. All
right, Max Redstone. If you're gonna say that, quoting the not the right film, you have the next film. Let me tell you something, Max Redstone. If you're gonna quote that instead of at the con, I'm just gonna have to say, I have had enough of you.
And
play it, Max. I needed an excuse to play it, and thanks for giving me the opening.
You can get your very own Wesley Crusher bobblehead. So someone, please send this to Clobberin Time so we can add it to the Wesley Shrine. Maybe Eric K will get one for you. So you can actually get the whole bridge. You can get Counselor Troy, get the whole gang there as bobbleheads, and then they come together in the as a bridge section there. So and they've also got Admiral Kirk and Captain Spock, and then they got a Borg ship and an Enterprise bobblehead too, which would be awesome to have. Let's get Khan out of the box here. He's been stuck trying to get the Genesis device for all these years. Let's see what he looks like. So there we go. Not bad for a bobblehead.
Yeah.
So I got a bunch of these. I got Kirk and Spock. Some bobbleheads. Yep. Bobbleheads are fun. Yep. Does it say anything? Yeah, Khan. Yep. 2014. Yep. So someone really has got to get you that Wesley bobblehead, right? You'd love to add that to your collection, right?
Yes. I can't wait.
I can't wait. Yeah. Right? So those are just a few of my Wrath of Khan show and tell items. So I always enjoy showing this stuff and what the missus puts up with. She said there's just too much stuff in the downstairs, so I try to cycle things in and out, which is fun. So, but just some classic stuff. And of course, I always have this Con Playmates figure ready to fight. I also have the I picked up the Diamond Select Con Fighting Kirk in the engine room of the Enterprise. That's a really nice figure too. That one's a lot of fun. So,
nice.
Yep. So it's always fun to share that stuff. It's kind of an obsession. So if I keep threatening to do it someday, I'm gonna get all my con stuff out, photograph it, and then do like a few hour show on all the memorabilia. Because what I've been doing is just have that search on eBay, and the trick is also spell it wrong, Kahn. So sometimes you win some really nice auctions where it's Star Trek Wrath of Kane or whatever you would say it. So
Keely Chow, what's up? Roll Tide.
And I guess while I got the camera here, this Orville's Star Trek adjacent, I would say, right?
Oh well, yes, it is. It is Star Trek adjacent.
So I've been printing this Orville ship here. So I've got them joined together.
Getting there.
So I'm getting there. So what I've been doing is sanding these, and then you can print it so you can put pins in. So here's the other three. What do they call these? They're not nacelles. I guess they're warp rings. I guess you'd call them, or I gotta get my Orville jargon down.
They're
what do they call them?
The quantum
rings.
The quantum rings or quantum something or other.
Yeah. So here, let me put this together. Let's see.
Quantum something or is there others? Or is there...
So that's kind of.
There you go.
This is loose right now. So what I have to do is sand the bottom part. And
thank you all for the box. Appreciate it. Good. Yeah, that's amazing, dude.
So I got to sand the bottom there, and then once I have that looking good, then I'll glue this top part, because you can't really sand. It's a lot tougher to sand, and anything with a 3D model, it's not, the seal's not going to be that good. So that's that first rough step. You fill in the joints, and don't tell Raquel, but I'm going to send this to her. That's going to go in the box, so she's not watching here. So I'm going to send this to her when I'm done with it. So I'm sure she'll enjoy having that. So, and I'll do a nice paint job on that. But yeah, it's getting there.
Hey, I was pretty. Mark Lasurth.
Hey, Mark.
Say that wrong. Lurseth, I'm sorry. Lurseth, sorry about that. And also, who else popped in? Dave. Dave is in Daveness. I think it's Dave. Sorry, Dave. Good to see you, Dave.
Hey, Dave. Yep.
All right. Playing
some Fortniter last night. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, good to see you there, Dave.
So yeah, so it's getting there.
Well, that's excellent, man.
A lot of fun. I was printing another one on Friday, and the damn power went out, so I wrecked the. Fortunately, it was only like 3 or 4 hours into the
crap.
print.
No,
I mean that's what happens when you do 3D printing. But the power went out, so I was not too happy about that. But I was all right.
Well,
stuff happens,
thanks,
as they say.
Thanks, Mark. Other Mark or Seth.
Yeah.
Or Seth, as they say. Okay.
Seth, yeah.
Well, cool, man.
Yeah.
Nice little show and tell there, everyone.
Yep. Thank you.
Because of course, as I said, we thought we'd look at that for a second because again, it is the big 40th anniversary of the Wrath of Khan. So I don't know why. I don't understand why they're holding it out of theaters like until September, as far as like it was June that it first showed. I don't know why they're waiting till September. I don't get that.
Maybe because they maybe just not to compete with all the other summer blockbusters. I mean, what could be a better movie than Wrath of Khan?
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, it's not like it's not like it's a major release where it's going to be out for weeks. It's just like a one
Yeah,
Like a 1 day type thing, a couple of showings. What the hell? Why wait till? This makes no sense. It was, of course, it is Paramount, and they're idiots. So yeah.
Yeah, you should do it when it came. Yeah, do it on the 40th anniversary. Like, didn't they do Star Wars when it on various anniversaries? Bring that back into theaters. I mean, other than the '97 stuff, but I think at some point did they bring it back? You know, and of course I know like Fantasia would come back sometimes, or some of the Disney classics would come back. Yeah, it would make sense to do it on that anniversary.
Well, I mean, I understand that. Yeah, I get it that it's the anniversary of Star Trek in general, Phantom, and that's why they're waiting. But it's still, I would think it would make more sense to do on the anniversary of the film's release. But whatever.
Well, I guess maybe they're waiting for like Phantom said, yeah, the anniversary, because that's Wrath of Khan is their most popular movie. Maybe next to 4, I guess. Well, 4 I think made more money, didn't it? Or it was more popular than Star Trek 4.
Well, even 3 probably made more money than it kept making more money. As
percentage wise, I guess too, right?
But yeah, 4 was the biggest, and of all the 6, I don't know if 4 was the biggest, but it was at the time it was the biggest. At the time, it was huge for Trek films. I don't know what the biggest.
Well, everyone was talking that movie too when that came out. Even like, you know, like my parents' friends, like, oh, maybe I should go see that new Star Trek movie where they save the whales. You know, it's like really, you know. So they had a big crossover audience on that movie.
Well, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and close our poll after I
50 votes. Wow, that's pretty.
Yeah,
that's
I'm going to tally it up. I got to refresh here. Then I'm going to read it off. We'll close it because I'll probably want to do another poll before we leave tonight.
Yeah. I'm going to do a screenshot of that.
I got to get that refresh this sucker. So, yes,
vote now while you have a chance.
Yes, get your votes in. See ya. Let me see here. All right. So it's taking a while for this thing to refresh on YouTube because you got to refresh it when I do it. So, all right, okie dokie. All right, I'm ending the poll at 50 votes, folks. There we go.
How many times did Wesley vote?
Wesley voted for himself. I don't know, a few times, I guess. Okay. All right, here we go. The question was: do you love, like, dislike, or hate Wesley? Be honest, because no one can tell who voted for what. Out of 50 votes, I hate Wesley to infinity and beyond. But then beyond wouldn't fit on the poll. 51% in first place, or in first place at 51%. I tolerate Wesley did way better than I thought it would. Because I guess I could understand it because, you know, you don't have much of a choice. He's there, and there's still some good episodes though he's in it, and that he doesn't ruin, but he does ruin a lot of things for some of us. So at 28%, I tolerate Wesley.
Not bad, Wesley.
In second place. There you go. See, look, some fairness to Wesley out there. Not from me, but from others. In third place is the those who answered the I like Wesley a little people. And in last place, the Wesley lovers at 7%. The I like Wesley a little people were 11%, and at 7%, the Wesley lovers, the people who claim that they love Wesley Crusher. So there you go, and thank you all for participating in that poll. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, 51 don't like the guy, and then 49% tolerate to love him. So, and you got 18. So you got 18%. Yeah. So was JT Kirk says Wesley projected to win re-election in 2024.
I don't even know if you get. I never have a way to save these polls. I guess I can go back and find it later.
I take a picture. Yeah.
Now there you go. Look, embrace it. Anyone can vote anyway. And The Rot admits it. You didn't even have to admit it. No one.
Yeah, it's honest.
It's a secret. Yeah.
That's It's hey, more power to you. You know, like, especially considering how much people make fun of Wesley and jibe him. God, you never say. Don't let other people kowtow you into not giving you your opinion that you want to give. So and that takes a lot of courage to give an unpopular opinion too. So,
no, yeah, look, all opinions are welcome here. Zachariah, what's up, dude?
Hey, look, Zachariah.
And I'm serious about that. Yes, we're all friends here too. So even if you express an opinion, and you should know, sometimes friends might kid you about it and tease you about it and bust your chops over it. And if you don't know us very well, you might. Some people like have gotten. Yeah. I've lost viewers over the Wesley thing because the way we beat up on them over here, and I'm sorry about that. But I mean, if there were anyone who knew us well, they would know that while we are trashing a fictional character, we're not attacking anyone who likes him. Yeah, we joke around, but if you like him, fine. If you like anything we dislike, fine. But friends, at least like I am with my friends, and I'm trying to. I know none of us, we don't only know each other in real life. I get that, but we spend a little time here on Saturday nights together. I still, in some semblance, try to treat you like we're all friends, and therefore we kid each other, we joke around with each other, we bust each other's chops about things that we disagree with, even joke, but the bottom line is everyone's allowed to like what they would like, dislike what they want to dislike. There's the key, though. If you're of the philosophy that everyone's allowed to like what they like, hey, Rob Aldis. Good to see you.
Hey, Rob.
If you are of that philosophy, which I am, everyone should be like whatever they want to like. It's got to work both ways. It's got to work. The reverse has to be true, that you can't try to stifle people who don't like something that you like. And that's where I always see the problem. A lot of people, I don't think anyone here's like that, fortunately, because they know what, because a lot of us are kindred spirits here. But the people out there who cannot stand anyone to dislike what they like, get really, really butthurt if you dislike or criticize something that they like, even if you're not attacking them personally. Those are the people that I'm skeptical of. I'm like, look, it's cool that you like it. If I don't, I'm going to say so, but we can get along and we can be friends. Look, and by the way, I have to be consistent on that as well. Just because I hate it, other than maybe like kidding around with you, why do you like that crap? Other than joking around, other than joke, I want you to always know, I really do want you to always know that, okay, at the end of the day, we're still friends and we're buddies. And I might, depending on how well I know you, like if it's someone I've known all my life, or, my friends that I've known 40 and 30 years in the real life, but if they say something I disagree with, case in point, last night I had a buddy of mine that liked a couple things that I hate that's out there right now, that if you saw the vile messages we were sending back and forth to each other, because we've known each other for 35 years or 30 years, whatever. And you'd think that we hate each other. And we were horrible to each other because we disagreed, but we do that. I wouldn't do that with someone I don't know very well, of course. So for those of you who don't know us that well, and you're just hearing this, look, I want everyone to have their own opinions. Never be afraid to express them, but you do have to have a sense of humor. If someone, kids you about it, as long as it's good natured, they're not being personal, and they're cool to hang, and they're cool with it, and you're cool with it. Remember, this is what unites us, geek stuff that we love to enjoy. So I want everyone to be very Star Trek about it and let live about it. At the same time, you got to be able to take it. If you love it and other people don't, hey, thank you for that late birthday.
Oh, thank you, Zachary. Yep, thank you. Yep. It's only one day later. That's all. It's all good. Yep. But yeah, like my friend, speaking of birthdays, like I invited some people over to watch. I set up a backyard movie projector, and so my friend, still were joking like, "And you're not showing Green Lantern, are you?" So as I always tell that
Michael
story.
Beacom. Go ahead.
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Jeff Morris has a good point about that. You're right, Jeff Morris. I never trust the YouTube math. Go ahead.
So I took my friends to see Green Lantern back when it opened. It happened to open on my birthday, June 17th, Friday or Saturday. That was probably Friday. Friday. And God, they all hated the movie. So it's still like and friends, we tease each other and say things that like Clobberin times is saying you get to know people so well that if they heard you out of context, say 70s, they would say, "Oh God, they're gonna go out in a second."
Yep,
that's all good natured.
No, I hear you. Again,
good natured stuff. Yeah,
we should be able to have fun with our disagreements and look, there's stuff there's stuff that I love that people will go off on and trash it. And when I was a kid, it pissed me off, man. I get mad if a movie reviewer hated a movie I love. I'm talking about, late teens, early 20s. now I've like there's some things that I think are just the greatest thing ever that I've like if a friend of mine hates it, we'll argue about it, but when they'll start trashing it, I mean, it makes me laugh now. I'm like, wow, okay. Wow, I loved it. That bad, huh? Wow, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guess it's just the way it is. And I understand it better because I'm older and I understand that the stuff that I love, that I hate, that they love. Like, what are you going to do about it? I mean, you bust each other's ass over it, you laugh, and that's about it.
Yeah, and you talk over why you liked it or didn't like it, and then you move on. Like, I liked the last Orville episode, and Raquel really wasn't too happy with it and made a lot of good points.
Yeah.
So, but I still enjoyed it, and I maybe read some of the things differently. Not saying she's right and I'm she's wrong and I'm right, or vice versa. But I mean, it's fun. But that's what's fun, to talk about things like that. And why didn't you like it? And have a good, honest discussion. Not like, oh, your opinion sucks and you're a moron. As I always joke,
that. Yeah, I don't do that to you. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I was like, I joke you've ruined a few movies that I like because you point out some really logical things. And I'm like, oh, Dragnets and like J-Man and Sean, like that. I'm like, God, you guys have some great opinions, and except for Highlander 2, J-Man. But of course, in all fairness to him, he's never seen the original theatrical cut.
You're not being fair to J-Man on that one, man.
Yeah, because he's only seen the new edition. So maybe I'm going to make him. We'll do a watch party with the original Highlander 2, if I can find it. I think it's been erased from existence. So, yeah.
I'm making a poll, so while you're doing that, so I'm interested. I want to see what people say about this one here. Oh, it's not controversial like that last one.
Not controversial. Yep. But it's all
we give
fun.
You 4 options on these damn things.
That's too bad too. But yeah, sometimes you do get angry. Like then we set up Star Wars, so I was watching Star Wars, and the 4K 77 edition is really cool because they went back and
despecialized.
Well,
what
it is.
Well, it's
actually. Thank you. Yeah. So what they have is there's the Harmy's despecialized edition. And there's also another one that R&B was mentioned in the show, so I sought that out. So it's they took, it's called the ST77 4K. So what they did, they've had a 35 millimeter print that people had, because Star Wars is such a popular movie, and they bought some prints, and then there's a project, and they can't make money off it, obviously, but then they put the money on the interweb, the movie on the interwebs, and technically you've got to own a copy of Star Wars, I guess, according to copyright, to view this. That's their legal explanation. I'm not a lawyer, I don't know, but they I own probably 10 different copies of Star Wars at some point. But so then this is actually a print, so it's not the harm, the despecialized. They're not taking stuff out, they're actually just scanning the original and fixing it up. So they've got the first movie done, and they've got the third movie done, and you can tell how old I am because I'm not even. I was telling people
revisited, are you?
No, it's so it's just there's no, it just says Star Wars when the movie starts, which is nice to see.
So there's
no episode 4,
right?
Yeah, but so this is the actual 35 millimeter print, and they've been fixing it and tweaking it in terms of restoration, not changing. So Han shoots first. It's great to see that. The original, like you were in the movie theater. So yep, you can search for that pretty easily.
They only allow you 4 options, dude, or I would have put it on there. Sorry, I wish YouTube would let you do more of those. But anyway, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
But no, again, even though we're talking Trek tonight, I will say that thanks to you, I was able to see this despecialized. You have revisited, I noticed.
Oh, I did revisit it too? I guess, yeah, just whenever I find things.
You know what that is? You know who made that? You know who's responsible for that being made?
No, who? I'm forgetting.
Michael French.
Oh,
he made it happen. Put it the way, a gentleman named Addy made it, but he made that happen. I'll tell you the whole long story, but when we get a chance. But anyway, yes, nice. Star Wars Revisited is interesting. He took the thing and he He did clean it up from other prints, but he didn't do like despecialized. He kept special edition and yet changed a lot of stuff and messed around with it. He fixed continuity errors that he didn't like. He cleaned it. I mean, the print's incredible.
So it's an edited version. Yeah.
He also he did weird stuff like the first shot when you go to the Death Star, he used the Imperial March.
Oh, okay.
When Obi-Wan and Vader fight in the Death Star, he speeds the fight up and edits to where it looks a lot more, action, like fast moving. Yep. And he puts the Battle of the Heroes theme to it.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
And then which is interesting to see. And he puts a lot of different stuff. He put what did he do? He added a lot more to the Death Star battle, a lot more. He took the special edition, but he did change some stuff from the special edition that of course many of us didn't like. In other words, of course, Han does shoot only because people say Han shot first, Han shot only. But anyway,
yeah, that's true, tonight. Right? Yeah.
But we're trekking tonight, so
yeah. I just mentioned that, and just to segue into that, like my buddy was there. Geoff or Jeff, as you guys know, Geoff from Sunday Night Show, he pops in once in a while, and he was like asking me every question, like being annoying about like how you ask questions about Star Wars, any movie, like how did she get the hologram to work? How could that restraining bolt work? Why can't C-3PO take all these endless questions? So we're like, my buddy and I, why don't you just start your own YouTube channel, like guy that gets annoyed by movies and like just rant about how every second of the movie is annoying you. We're like, be quiet in front. We got to watch the movie now. So, but yeah, it's. I mean, if you go, nitpick, you can nitpick pretty much any movie to death if you wanted to. So,
well, if Raquel were here tonight, for example, we know how she would vote in this poll. The poll, everyone, only have 3 votes so far. No one's voting. No one wants
27 votes. 27 votes. Yep.
Oh, I need to update mine. Let's see. 27. All right, because this thing's... Oh, man, mine's going slow. Let me... So, what are we at now? 27, you said?
29 now, yep. So,
motion picture... catching up. It's catching up. We got... Yeah. All right, so at 29 votes... again, this is not a shocker. Yeah. Of course, the question is, what is your favorite of the first 4 films? And again, I'm sorry, that's the only because idiot YouTube won't. I love you, YouTube, Mona Susan. Hello there, Woke Breakers here, right? Hey, Woke Breaker. Just because they only allow you 4 options, everyone. So I apologize about that. So anyway,
you could do another poll later.
30 votes.
Movies, yeah.
Yeah, we could do that, I guess. Okay, Wrath of Khan, it's 70 with 30 votes in. Wrath of Khan is in first place with 73%. The Voyage Home is in second place with 17%. The Motion Picture is in third place with 7%, and The Search for Spock is 3%, and last place. Now, whatever we do, everyone, do not tell Raquel that I did this because she's not going to be happy with that outcome.
Yeah. She's on her away mission. She's going to try to vote.
Hey, Jill.
Hello.
Our wonderful friend Jill is here.
Awesome.
Our communications officer. What is up?
Not too much. Just went to the beach
Welcome.
today.
Nice.
If I might have to step away if I need to deal with my daughter or whatever.
It is casual here. You're good. Don't worry about that.
Yep. You don't keep her in a transporter beam, do you? And that's beamer in and out every now and then, right? No.
Wow.
I know. Why doesn't he use? Well, wait. We're not supposed to talk about the.
No, we're not talking about. That's why I just said that aside. Yeah. No,
Mr.
that was just
Troublemaker had to go talking filth.
Well,
there for
Relics. That was Relics. That was Scotty.
Right.
Yeah, you don't keep your daughter in the pattern buffer. Yeah, I was referencing my favorite episode of TNG.
Right.
What is this other stuff you speak of? I know none of it.
I don't. I love to complain about it, but Saturday night.
Yeah, that's what it's for. Yeah. It's because it's bad. But yes. So yeah, we don't do filth here, even on an open track night. But anyway, yeah, everyone. So look, that poll. No one's shocked that Wrath of Khan's in first place. I mean, yes, what it supposed to be. Now, I don't get a vote, everybody. By the way, so you all do.
This is a tough pull for me because I love Wrath of Khan and Voyage Home.
Well, I love the motion picture.
I
love
know.
Wrath of Khan, and I love The Search for Spock, and I love The Voyage Home. I love them all
too.
Yeah.
I have some problems with The Final Frontier, but I still like it. I'm one of those weirdos that does not like. I know it's heresy. I have a lot of not dislike. I do like Trek 6, but I have a lot of problems with it. I have a lot of major problems with Trek.
That's another movie you're ruining for me.
I ruined it. Oh, that's right. I'm proud to ruin that one for you. No, I don't want to ruin. Look, the only movie I really want to ruin for people is Watchmen and Man of Steel.
Yeah,
actually, I'll take it back. I take it back. I don't like ruining Watchmen. I actually like just the ending, but we're not going to go there tonight.
Yeah. That's all good.
As far as Trek is concerned, I would like to ruin. Not ruin.
Yeah, we're joking. We say ruin. It's a jocular. Yeah. But I'm just acknowledging when someone has a good opinion on something. You're like, all right, damn it, that has merit. Why did I not think of that before? Yeah,
I just wish just as I wish they'd used a different story for Trek 5, I wish they would have used a different story for Trek 6 because of all the politics they put in it, all the modern day politics of the time that I hated in it, and all
Nixon can
but
go to China.
It's an enjoyable movie, but there's a lot of things that really aggravate me within it. But look, Shooter, I absolutely admit to you that I am alone in the wilderness. With my dislike of that, with my problems with that film, but when Raquel and I reviewed it, we were pretty brutal to it, and most people are very well disposed toward it. But we didn't try to ruin it for anyone but Mark.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Trek 6 because I didn't know that it was related to history, the politics of the time it was made.
Oh yeah, and at the time, by the way, Michael Beacom, it did borrow a plot from Outer Limits, but I didn't care. I'm not talking about that aspect. Part of it still makes more sense than Zack Snyder's idiotic ending to Watchmen. So I just can't agree with you on that one, dude. Zack Snyder was moronic. I don't know if they may have ripped off Outer Limits, but more stories still made more sense and worked way better. But I can't do that. I keep getting away from it. We're just supposed to be trekking here tonight, but one of my triggers. Right. It's one of my triggers is Watchmen. Like Bobby doesn't like Eternals. I'm shocked. Shocked. No, the Eternals was garbage.
That was a turd.
Here's a question we'll throw up. Not a poll question, but to stir something up here tonight. All right. Okay, I put a scenario to all of you in the chat. It says we're not making you do any homework tonight, like review stuff. I'll put this one to you, okay, Mr. Smarty Pantses and Mrs. Smarty Pantses in the chat, and see what you say here. Okay, you're sitting around, unlike Raquel, and by the way, I tease her about this all the time, and I'm gonna change her to whether she likes it or not. Raquel, as you all know, our wonderful first officer, she watches Star Trek every year.
All of it.
I remember when she told me that, Jill, and I'm like, really? But
wowzers.
She says all of them, but not. I mean, in other words, in all of the what we're reviewing, the 735, she watches them in order every year.
But she says for the bad episodes, she'll multitask.
Well, yes, but my point is this, though. Who else? I don't know of anyone else who does it. That's, in other words,
That's unusual.
I almost never binge it. No, in other words, I can pull out any Trek episode and just. Now, by the way, there's nothing wrong with binging anything, but every year, I'm like, I mean, that's incredible. I mean, so that means you've only watched like the Doomsday Machine 30, in her case, maybe 40 something times. I've watched. It took me about within 10 years, I'd already watched it 50 times. Just before Mirror. I probably watched Mirror 100 million times. I can't even give you a decent number on how many times I've watched Mirror or A Mock Time or Sitting on the Edge of Forever. So my question to you all is this: with respect to our wonderful first officer and how she does it, I don't know if any of you would do this, but let's just say you're like me and you can pop any old episode. So you're sitting around, and this happens to me when all of my Trek friends are kind of like this. Not just Trek friends, people who are into Star Wars fans or Doctor Who fans or whatever. Like I'll talk to a friend and go, yeah, I got in a Doctor Who mood for some reason, so I throw in a couple episodes of that. I got in a Trek mood. So I just went and watched me a handful of Treks.
Yep.
Sometimes I will do this, folks, and then I'll lay the question on you. If I get in Trek mood, I just want, I feel like watching Trek. I haven't watched a Trek in a while. And when it was on Netflix, when I was too lazy to grab my Blu-rays, sometimes I'm just sitting there being really lazy. You ever flick on Netflix? You just flip up and down. So I would go to the I'll go. I feel like watching a DS9, or I feel like watching an Enterprise episode, or I feel like watching an original series episode. So I'll go on the original series, for example, and I go, I don't know which one I want to watch. I've watched them all so many times. So I'll sometimes I'll close my eyes and go meeny, miny, mo. Then I'll land on one. I'll hold the button down, up and down, let it go back and forth, and then I'll land on one and go, let me try again.
Alternative factor. Roll again.
Let me go again if it's something. Other times I just need to watch Mira again, or I just need to watch. You see what I'm getting at, everyone. So you're at home, you get in a big Trek mood. You don't have the restriction that Raquel has put on herself. You're someone who can throw in any random episode or 2 or 3 or whatever. Whichever Trek it is, only real Trek, of course, original series through Enterprise, only the real stuff, 735. What do you do? Let's pop quiz like in Speed. Pop quiz, hotshot. What do you do?
There have been a few answers already.
But their answer, I didn't put the question exactly there, so I can't see them yet. And it's going to be a mess. I'll star them, I guess. So right now, pick the episode that you just throw in there. You can throw 2 or 3, I guess. Series and episode. Doesn't mean, like for me, I'll just do it right now. Right now, I know that if I was sitting down, I just watched Arena tonight. Just because I felt like I hadn't watched a real Trek in a long time.
You needed some real going.
I hadn't watched an original series episode since we were reviewing them, and that's unacceptable for me. That's not the way it goes. Usually I watch them, not every day, not every month on it, but, very few months go by that I don't watch a Trek episode, and some other shows too. So I might go in there after this and go, I just need to watch another Trek, and I'll throw on a first season one. I don't know what, but I'll pick one for sake of argument, then you all can go. You know what? I think I'll just go watch.
Yep.
Now I can't choose. Damn it! I'll watch a Mock Time. Since both Arena and a Mock Time have been dumped on by certain filth trash lately.
Yeah, good
I
picks.
probably will watch a Mock Time. So everyone, give me an episode or 2 and a series of something you just like. If you felt like it right now, you go watch Trek. You guys start putting them in the chat, and I'll ask our wonderful friend Jill, and then I'll ask Mark if Jill's got any ideas. It could be any Trek, by the way. She's got her mic off, so she may have to go.
Oh, okay, well, I'll go. Maybe she had to.
You go ahead, Mark.
10 to the kiddo and the pattern buffer. I would say, of course, my favorite episode, I think it fluctuates, is Galileo 7. But normally, if I needed some Trek, I'd throw that in, especially since it's only around 45 minutes, so you could watch it quickly. Versus Wrath of Khan, which is probably my other go-to. But normally, I watch that like once a year during the summer, around the time it comes out. But of course, during the year, I might put it on 2 or 3 other random times. Doomsday Machine, of course, which is one of my favorites, and I love that new enhanced edition. And let's see, Sitting on the Edge of Forever is a tearjerker, but that's just such a well done episode. And Balance of Terror. I don't want to name too many, but
name a couple at least.
Yeah, and Foley and Webb is another good one that it's we used to watch Trek at midnight randomly would come on, and if it was Alternative Factor, you'd be like, oh crud, but it's one of some of those episodes where you're happy it came on because you didn't own if you didn't own the tapes or you didn't have a way to watch it. And Netflix, I wish they had like now that's gone, but like a random generator, like played random episode. I think Jill had made a random number generator, if I'm not mistaken, to watch 1 through 79, because then you could pick an episode to watch, right?
Yeah, I
just
use a regular random number generator, and just in the order of the shows that were made. So that's what I just did now. So I ended up picking. I rolled 1 to
Ironcaster. Go ahead.
Hey, Ironcaster.
Go ahead, Jill.
1 to 5.
You did.
I got 2. I got 2. So that's TAS. So I'd be watching an episode of the animated series,
Oh, you did random, so you didn't pick one.
Random, yep.
No, I didn't pick it. And then I did random 1 to 22, and I got number 21. How sharper than a serpent's sword.
Okay.
So I'd be watching that.
Nice, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and Phantom, yeah, that was WPIX after the news. Yep, at midnight. Yep, in New York City area.
I like the unexpectedness of it.
We got some botsies. Let's see.
Because if I just decide which one
him.
I'm gonna watch, I'm just gonna watch
Chris.
Devil in the Dark or
Yep.
Trouble Tribble.
Yeah, I got, like I say, there are a couple now. You just made me think, Mark. Now I want to go watch Galileo 7. I'll probably watch that one tonight, later, something.
All right.
I mean,
Oh, that's a great
pull
one.
out the Blu-ray one. Yeah, I mean, I just love it. Let's see if I'm getting a bunch of your episodes. You're getting a lot of good responses. Don't ever worry when I'm saving them so I can read them all. Let's see. Yeah, bots attack. Bots don't like Star Trek. Okay, let's see here.
Or Tinder either.
You could tell how much we love Star. We just name the episodes. We know the whole,
Oh yeah,
just the title. So people are like, in college, when we'd like a couple times, some girls were in our room. Yes, we had girls in our room, and they're like, we're doing name the episode. We had a contest, and like within 5 seconds, normally one of our buddies, they're like, wait a minute, they're like, what episode that is from just watching that. Bunch of losers. I'm like, yes. Doesn't that impress you? And don't all my Star Trek posters impress you, like across the top of the ceiling? I wish I had some more pictures of that. That was a cool room. We had it covered in posters. Yep.
Well, let's see what our audience is saying. Got a bunch of them here. Okay. Rob Alta says Doomsday Machine and Mirror Mirror are perennial favorites. Love them. Greatness. Shooter 8323 says, I can't do that. I have to watch a series from start to finish. They may just be in the background, but they play all the way through.
Sometimes I'm like that. Sometimes I'm like, but I'll pick one series, and that's the one I'll be watching all the way through.
That's what I love about the format of the original series. There's no continuity. You don't have to do. I mean, if you just feel like you have to, that's fine. So that no judgment there. I'm just saying, it's easily, even with Deep Space Nine, and of course TNG, even with Deep Space Nine, I know there are arcs. But I can throw on a great episode of that and just all over the place. I've done that a lot, actually, even after watching it all the way through a couple times. Narada Naxamandabear says, if it's DS9, then it's got to be a Quark episode. There's some fun Quark episodes.
Yep.
Depends on the mood, says Phantom Outsider. Rob Altus also says, Doomsday Machine and Mirror Mirror. Yes, two of my favorites. Maddie's Daddy says, Clobberin Times know which one mine would be. Yes. Yeah. Okay, Spocko, cover him. I would advise you to start dialing Oxmix.
Oh, another classic.
We close the hell. He loves PC action, and I do too. JT Kirk says DS9 in the Pale Moonlight. Yeah, that's a great one, and you can watch it. You can pull it out and you don't have to watch it. I don't think you have to watch too many of them in continuity, and that's one of them you don't have to. Great episode, even DS9. Like I said. Love it. Narada Naxamander says, I also like that episode where they have to go back to OG Trek times and Trials and Tribulations. Narada, I've watched that one a million freaking times. I love it so much. It just makes me happy. That's one of my happy spot episodes. I love it. Michael Beacom says, with Trek, I need to let someone else make the choice because when I go to grab one of the off the shelf, as it is in my hand, I replay it all. I replay it all in my head and put it back. Okay, I got you. Sorry. Thank you so much, Michael Beacom. I hear you, man. I can't blame you at all, buddy. Phantom Fanty says sometimes whom gods destroy, where no man has gone before. Any other by any other name, great one, yeah. Arena, yep. Trouble with Tribbles. Yep, I hear you, dude. All great stuff. Larry, dude, Shore Leaves a wonderful one. That one's I might watch. Yep. That's one I feel like watching right now. There's so many I could just watch right now. I mean, I love them.
Oh, show's over. Sorry.
Yes. Time to go watch Star Trek.
Let's have a watch party. Yep. DS9 Mirrorverse episodes. It's like a miniseries. Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm such a freak for the Mirror. I've talked about this before, Shooter, that I don't like what DS9 did with the Mirror Universe episodes. But I hear you. You could have you're right. There's a bunch of them you can string together and you can watch like a miniseries. I hear you. D-Bud says, on TOS, it'd be Doomsday Machine or The Apple, which were the first 2 episodes I ever saw. Wow, okay. Greatness. Hungry Boy says, Cat's Paw, but I don't believe him. He said lol after it, so come on now. Look, I have a friend who likes Cat's Paw.
Yeah, it's interesting Halloween episode, right? Yeah.
A lot of people do. No, not some people.
It's okay.
Yeah, Trials and Tribulations shooter. I love that one. It's greatness. Jeff Morris says, TNG episode with Data playing Sherlock is one of my favorites. Yes, he did it. That was Elementary Dear Data, right?
Yeah, was that
and then
first
later,
season or was that
second?
That was written
or first?
That was written by the guy that did Slider. That was of Cardinal Sinister. He's had the Tracy Tormentis show, I think.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I like that. I like that one also.
Yeah, those are fun. Yep.
I love seeing Data playing Sherlock Holmes.
I love all the Data episodes except for the one the one show I missed.
I definitely say there are a lot of good ones. Next is Doomsday, Space Siege. Surely, yeah, I'm with you, Phantom. There's a great stuff. All those so watchable. Apollome's Minion says Tribbles and the one with the lizard man. That'd be Arena. Nice, Apollomy. Yeah, great stuff. Max Redstone says Star Trek collection at my library's DVD section is pathetic. What do you suggest I do to remediate? Or even should I?
Yep.
Nah, let them burn. Just keep your own episodes and don't give them yours. I don't know.
Unless sometimes they take donations and you keep a set for yourself.
If you got some extra ones to give them, as long as you don't get rid of your own episodes, but I think that's what he means.
Well, like I bought the Blu-rays and I still have the DVDs. You know, you could donate the DVDs.
I know, but I like to keep my old sets anyway.
Keep an old set, yeah. But I still have both.
I did actually give away my first set of DVDs, which were in different sets, to a friend of mine, but I still got the clamshell ones.
The clamshell was classic.
I mean, I love those things. What about the one where Kirk gets amnesia and goes native? That would be the Paradise Syndrome, Iron Caster. You like that one? There you go. Hungry for Brandon Braga, Free Orville says. Hungry boy. Doomsday Machine, Devil in the Dark, Balance of Terror are always up. Great stuff. Great stuff. Rob Altus says Alternative Factor is my least watched of TOS. Well, I think a lot of people could probably say that one, sir.
Yep.
Of course, Max Redstone says, Amok time, yes, sir. I feel like watching it right now. So, see Kirk. To see Spock with his old girlfriend. Galileo 7 is another favorite. He met Lieutenant Bulma. Yeah, what's that guy's name? I can't remember the guy's name now. But he was great. So
Kirok, as Michael Beacon says. That was a great episode. Yep. Miramani.
Why would you think that? Oh God, yeah. We think Star Trek isn't on in the background right now, in at least more than one of our homes. Yes, fair enough.
Right.
See, the thing is, I can't really afford to buy some of these sets like TNG and Don Marshall. Thank you. That was Don. He was also on Land of the Giants. Because these sets are pretty expensive. They don't.
Yeah, it's 7 seasons.
Is it?
So how are you going to watch Deep Space Nine?
Right now, it's on Netflix. If not, I'll find a way. If I can manage to buy it, I don't know. Let's see if I can maybe. Don't worry, I will watch it. It was on Netflix. Space
on Blu-ray? I don't think they do because it hasn't been it hasn't been upgraded yet. So because they have to redo the special effects, and then the documentary was showing how they upscaled it.
Just DVD, and they hardly have any kind of special features either. Like no commentaries at all.
Yeah,
there's no R&B treatment on those, right?
Yeah, no R&B, no love like the.
I have those. Like I said, I had that big enterprise set that came out when it first came out. That was not cheap back then, but I had to have it. But at the time, I didn't really care much about the other ones, and now they've got this big, nice, fancy TNG Blu-ray set that's remastered. But I don't think it's cheap, though.
Yeah, probably not. I can check. But Deep Space Nine is available for sale on Prime Video per episode, like $2 an episode. And then, of course, that's just streaming. But you can get Deep Space Nine, the complete series, is actually 35% off right now as we speak. 73 smack rolls.
It's about as cheap as you're going to find it.
Yeah, but that's that's just standard DVD, unfortunately. So
yeah,
that is a cheap. That's a cheap price. Yeah,
it'll look just like the ones you watch on Netflix.
Yeah, but it's nice that you own it, and then you got it. You got it forever. So that's.
Didn't you say, Jill? There's no special features on it. Or?
There are some special features. It's kind of strange. They have it since it's on DVD. Sometimes you have to look for it. They're like hidden on the spaceship, so you gotta
Easter eggs.
Yeah, like Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So they do have special features. It's just not
a ton.
That's pretty old, probably. And the thing is, good.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say the price used to be $100 3 months ago in February. Then it dropped to 86, and now it's 73. So this is pretty much the lowest.
As soon as I buy it, it'll go to on Blu-ray.
Yeah, right.
If I were to buy it tomorrow, it would go right to Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Of course, it won't be remastered, but who cares?
No, yeah, that's the thing. It's not the. See, that's the one thing I was rewatching this, and it was bugging me to watch the series again because it's just so low res, and I guess I shouldn't be a snob, but TOS is just so gorgeous, because that's shot on 35 millimeter film. So all they have to do is scan it in, and then they clean it up and do some minor stuff. But Deep Space Nine was shot. I don't know if it was all shot on film. It might have been shot on film, but the special effects are SD. So just like they did with TNG, they've got to go back and remaster all the special effects scenes if they want to. B5, the route they went was rescan everything, and they just upscaled the special effects using computer wizardry, quote unquote. So they didn't redo the special effects, but Enterprise TNG, they basically recreated the whole series, and then they said even though it was shot in widescreen, people were in the frame, so they never came out with a widescreen format. But all right, this is a total aside. Like Baywatch, for example, was shot on 35 millimeter film, and they came out with a widescreen edition because they had filmed it thinking someday maybe it would come out. But unfortunately, TNG was never, made for widescreen, even though they do. You'd see like microphones and stands in it. And like Buffy, I think they did this. Buffy, they came out with a widescreen edition, but they had to tweak some things to do that. Some fans weren't happy with that too because they want to, see it as it was. But
yeah.
I think they should hire that YouTube channel that does they turn the regular episodes into making them look like the Filmation episodes and do that treatment to Voyager, because I saw their video Voyager, and I think Voyager is better like that.
That'd be wild. Yeah.
Both of you take the con for a second. I forgot to take my medicine. I have to go grab some.
Okay, go. Yep.
Right
Don't go visit Dr. McCoy.
It's not a big deal. I just need an aspirin.
Aspirin. Yep. Well, yep. we'll man the bridge. We have the con. Yep. Let's not crash the ship into a nebula. Yep. Let's or go into a wormhole. Right.
Right. Yes.
Photon torpedo away.
Before I do that, hail, Dega Outlaw. An honor to see you here.
Hey, Dega.
And I will go get my aspirin because I forgot to take it. Sorry. Oops.
Well, the ship's on autopilot, isn't it?
Yeah, we're on autopilot. Yeah. So okay. Hungry Boy says, I like the 60s low res. It's like wearing a soft, fuzzy sweater. Yeah, I mean, on TV, there was something like that. But me being the engineer who always loves to change things, I just love that sharpness. Because growing up, you always had to fight, stand there and hold the antenna while we try to get the best picture. If everyone holds the antenna, we put a coat, a coat hanger next to it. Maybe it'll work. Yeah.
Or using some aluminum foil.
Yep.
Sometimes helps.
And then Michael Beacom saying that some films are filmed both aspect ratios 1.3 and 1.85 theatrical, depending on how they crop it. Yeah. That's
Stargate SG-1 was filmed like that.
There was. Yep. Mm-hmm. I love Stargate. Yep, that's a fun show. Yep. Don't let Counselor Camel Toe drive the ship. Captain JT. Yeah, last time she did that, didn't she crash it in Generations? Yep. wasn't so good. Yep.
Well, do we still have Raymond Feliciano in the chat? Because
Raymond and Sandra had to leave. Yep.
So we got Lower Decks line then.
Yep. Oh, and hey, Rogue Disney, thank you for stopping by. Yep, our captain just went to take a break for a second. He'll be right back to. Hopefully, we can keep the ship on the right track until he gets back. Yep. See, we're really filling in. There's no Raquel, no Clobby here. We're in big trouble. Yep. Yeah. So Phantom says Lucy thought that Star Trek was going to be about celebrities going overseas to entertain the troops. At the meeting, she asked if they wanted her to ask some friends to be guests on the show. I haven't heard that one before. That's interesting. Yeah.
I should have had Lucy on, have her, as a guest star.
Yeah, wow. Well, there's a great website out there called Fact Trek, and they have a YouTube channel, and they explore a lot of those things, like the meme that was going around. Lucy saved Star Trek, and as far as I can tell from reading that and reading some of the books, that she quote unquote didn't save it. Of course, she was head of help with Desilu Studios, and she didn't say no to it, but they couldn't find any instances where at board meetings or things they did a ton of research. I'll try to find that.
There's no proof that she directly helped, but she didn't hurt it either.
Yeah. We stage a mutiny, make it a mirror universe. Yeah.
Sorry about that, folks.
Let me grow my beard out a little bit.
Hey, Rogue Disney.
Great to see you there. You have a transporter accident, right?
Yeah. Hey. I'm back.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, we survived. Yep, we didn't crash into City Alpha 6, so we're good. Well, yep.
I trust you.
we try. Yep.
I trust you. Otherwise, hey. So let's see how we can see how our poll is going. Let's see here. Hang on. I got to refresh this thing. What I missed? Did I miss anything?
We were just reading some of the chat and saying hi to people, and just making sure that Counselor Cameltoe didn't drive the ship, because last time she did, it didn't end up so well for the Enterprise, right? Yep.
No, it didn't.
Well, also Riker was in command, so it was directly his fault for having her drive the ship. That's true,
right? That's true.
Because I'm sure they had plenty of other pilots on board. They should have been brought up to the bridge.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So why did they bring? Well, that's when she. That's why that episode that we just watched this week. Yeah, when she was trying to learn, get study command. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess I missed that one too.
Last week.
Yeah.
Last week.
The week.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
We have 46 votes so far. The question, everyone, is, of course, which is your favorite of the first 4 Star Trek films? Now, the reason why there's only 4 folks, as I always say, because they only give you 4 options on these YouTube surveys. So, polls, whatever. In first place at 65% is The Wrath of Khan. I know no one is surprised by that one. In a big surprise, however, a tie for second place between the motion picture and The Voyage Home at 15%. And then a sad, lowly 4% is The Search for Spock. Well, that makes me sad, because I love Star Trek 3. And for those of you not being nicer to Star Trek 3, all I've got to say to you is this. I have had enough of you!
Methinks that's going to get played a lot in the future.
Can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
Well, I love Star Trek 3 too. It's just not my favorite.
No, I understand. No, I get it. No, it's not. I wouldn't look. I don't get a vote, but I wouldn't have voted. I'm glad I don't get a vote, because it would have been tough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 and 3 are so great to watch back to back. Anyway, 2, 3, and 4, right? I mean, it's really a great trilogy. So it's almost like
once
you watch 2, boom, you pop in 3, and then you pop in 4.
I had to put in 3 right away, because I needed Spock back.
One of the great, that leads to the great one of the quotes of all time, Anonymous, my God bones. What have I done? What you had to do, what you always do, turn death into a fighting chance to live. As sad as it was seeing that Enterprise smoldering down into the Genesis planet, that was a great exchange. It was a great classic line. I love it.
Yeah, that was sad. That was very sad.
Let's see here. Sorry, Clobby. The whole movie is just to fill the plot holes from Wrath of Khan. If they would have really planned for Spock's death, it would have been different. Yeah, but that doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I understand what you're saying, Michael. But in 1984, I wanted Spock back. I again, and I went to that movie like 15 times, and I thought it was, again, to sit in the class with Wrath of Khan. I never said it was, but it was made. You're right, to fix something.
It was essential.
I just found it. It had to be done. It had to be made because Leonard Nimoy kind of got them in that mess. And I still just love it. I got to see the characters. There were some problems with the writing. Remember, Nimoy directed it, and he was a new director. There were some issues with some of the scripting, I thought. But I just found there's so many wonderful scenes with the characters. I just love it. It's still great character stuff. Now, actually, it was a little more than 6 Klingons, but yeah, I mean, the ship was. Well, he didn't destroy it. The ship was the automation system had been overloaded. There was no way they had a crew there to fix it, and we had no shot to do anything. Blowing up the ship was not to destroy 6 Klingons; it was to get away.
Yeah,
to survive. They did, like he said, he turned death into a fighting chance to live. So it wasn't just. I don't like it. I don't like seeing the ship destroyed either. I was actually pissed to see the ship destroyed, but in the context of that story, it was a necessary thing to do to save the crew, to keep alive.
And weren't they also the Enterprise was being retired too? Not that
they were about to decommission anyway, which was really dumb because there's that line at the beginning when the Admiral tells Admiral Morrow tells Jim, the Enterprise is 20 years old. Every time we went to the theater, we yelled 40 because it was. If you do the real math on it, it was more of a 40-year-old ship.
Which is nothing when you probably think of the way we're still flying the B-52 bombers. So.
Right.
40-year-old ship.
The Enterprise, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah. That was just a plot device, too, I think, to, quote-unquote, retire the crew, maybe. But,
yeah.
So.
Cardi, they did destroy the Enterprise in 2 films. Because there are only 10 real Trek movies. The other movies don't count. But yeah, that is each. They both Enterprise, original Enterprise, and Enterprise D. Yeah, do get destroyed in movies. But I don't know. I love it. I love it. I adore it. Again, I don't get a vote. If Raquel were here,
won all the way.
Yeah, she picked champion.
I missed your favorite episodes. I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Well, please put it back in there. But she would have picked the motion picture. There's no question about it. I'm not voting for her. I'm not making her vote for her.
Oh, we know that's how she would vote. I mean,
Max Redstone, that's funny.
I could vote for her. I can open up another browser here.
I'm just saying I think that's what she would choose.
Oh, she would. Yeah. No, she would definitely. I'd love. I mean, the more I watch the motion picture, the more it's like. Initially, we kind of made fun of the motionless picture. I know the great Maddie's daddy does not like that movie, which is fine too. But
I didn't either at first.
That special edition director's cut is just marvelous, as they say. So I just love that version. That watch party was so much fun to hang out with everyone and watch that, and give it a shot if you haven't seen that. That special edition director's cut that's been remastered in glorious 4K. The sound's been redone. So I think it tightens up the movie a little bit and maybe shortens it a little bit. But just for me, there's never a dull moment. I mean, seeing that Enterprise scene in the beginning is just
I love it.
So amazing. I just love it because you could never see the Enterprise before in the show. I mean, it was just it was flybys. And once in a while you got some static shots, but it was nothing like that where you could go around, around the ship and really admire the ship.
Hey, Canadian Spidey.
Hey, Canadian.
What's up, dude? Does whatever a Canadian Spidey can. Well, the thing is about the movies, like I've always said, I wish it would have been on TV. Star Trek belongs on TV. Square peg, round hole when it comes to being
100%.
When it comes to being what Star Trek should be. However, with the 6 of the original crew films, it all still functioned within Star Trek's wheelhouse. In other words, it never went out of bounds for Star Trek. It had one. There was almost no action. That they were just a pure science fiction story in the motion picture. Then you had one. Look, Wrath of Khan is not action packed. It moves like it is giving you action. There's barely one fist fight. There's barely any phaser, pistol fire. There's a couple of space battles, and yet it has a very high tempo. It's an action-paced tempo, and it's not necessarily it's action, but there's still story and substance and character in it.
Great
Track
dialogue.
3 is a little bit more like Wrath of Khan. There's still story and substance and character in it.
Oops.
Oh,
we got
So sorry.
We got an echo.
That's all right.
Echo. That's right. Sorry.
I voted for Raquel, though. I can close that now.
Okay.
That's for you. I'm not gonna. Don't tell her that.
Don't tell her.
Anyway, so Trek 3 again, because the original Trek had action sometimes, and it was good at it. Trek 3 is a little bit more action oriented, but it's still got all the great Trek stuff like character stuff and friendship stuff and all that great things that we love. Trek 4 again, back to sort of it went to a more lighthearted thing, but it was actually a very interesting science fiction concept. Not too big on time travel sometimes, but yeah, I let it slide because it's very entertaining. And then Trek 5, it goes back towards a little bit more action. It was probably a wrong idea for a story. And then Trek 6 was like political intrigue with some action involved in it. Not really my favorite venue for Star Trek anyway. It's not Trek 6.
Pretty defining for Klingons, though.
It's not much of a science fiction story. It had really asinine dialogue, like an admiral being a total bigot against Klingons. And, Kirk having some animosity for what happened to his son was one thing. But I think they, look at Trek 5, he was still talking to Klingons. He was, you Klingon bastards. But he was still not so where he couldn't function. He wasn't. And then you had Starfleet personnel conspiring with weapons manufacturers. All of it was so political. People refuse to see how political Trek 6 is. And I mean political of the time, reflective of what was going at the time, right off the headlines. And, Nicholas Meyer and Leonard Nimoy have even said as much. And, all the Cold War stuff and all that thing and all the, all the Russia stuff. So.
But people really like that. A lot of people really like that too, I have to say. But you're 100% correct that that's the lens that they were interpreting that script through the Cold War and Russia and Détente and Gorbachev. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, let me read this for Pleasant Night Picker since you found it. Okay. I could have just started, but thanks. I didn't see it. Okay.
Pleasant Night I can't start things yet, so I just want to make sure.
No, I got you. Thanks. He said, so I can find it over there so I can put it on the screen, but if not.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you.
Oh, Arabic Sundar. Hello there.
It's at 11:18. Oh.
Yeah. 11:18? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to, but thanks for finding that for me because I wouldn't.
You reposted it. Yep. So thank you.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you so much there, dude. Arabic Sundar. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Oops, sorry. I'm writing down names and we got a great crowd here tonight. Okay. Pleasant Night Picker says, Mira Mira, Doomsday Machine, Spectre of the Gun, Day of the Dove, a lot of choice. Notice I include some third season episodes. I think third season gets too much hate. Well, I hear you, and some people agree with you on that. I'm not sure I do because I think it deserves a lot of the hate, but I do like some episodes from it. But hey, I appreciate that though. Absolutely. And I'm glad that you were here to give it some love. I had what was it? Maybe 10, 11 years ago on my show, but when we were on Blog Talk Radio, my buddy Flash and I counted down our top 25 all-time favorite episodes of Star Trek, the original series. And he had a plethora of you'll be happy to know, a plethora of third season episodes on his list of 25 favorites. I had none, but he had a bunch of them on there. What does Arabic say? He says,
Trek 3 is not available on Paramount Plus. Huh, interesting.
I don't watch Trek 3, but for some reason it is the only movie not available on Paramount Plus. That's crazy, really?
It's weird, yeah.
No kidding. My screen's going weird for some reason. So if this thing kicks me out like it did last night on Nick's show,
we'll continue. We'll know that it rebooted.
It just went nuts. I don't know what's going on.
I was just going to try to share the box office from all the Trek movies.
I'm trying to get it on there.
There we go. Yeah, there you go. Yep. So this is interesting too.
You can see it. I can't see it.
Yeah, so I can. Yep, it's
okay.
it's
There
on
you
there.
go.
So so you look, motion picture made $82 million. That's what I thought it was, around 80 in the U.S. And then overall 140. Of course, adjusted for inflation, that's $79. And the budget was 45, so the huge budget on that movie. So, what's the gross there? I guess so 140 minus 45 plus advertising and well, I guess that includes, I don't know, who knows if that includes the advertising. So it made roughly $95 million, and then they did Wrath of Khan for $12 million, and it worldwide. Oh, you got to add it up. Yeah, U.S. Sorry, I was reading the wrong column there. So 224 U.S. and Canada plus other territories and worldwide. Oh, they don't. I don't know why they don't give the total here. We can see how much how much cheaper Wrath of Khan was. Plus, they were smart and they reused some things that they could reuse. And the Reliant Bridge is the Enterprise Bridge, although I think those sets were different from obviously from motion picture. And then if you're looking at Trek 3, actually did pretty damn well too, U.S. and Canada, $200 million. So it doesn't get all the love, but it did pretty well.
JD Lewis is heading out. Thank you, JD, for being here. Great to see you, my friend. Appreciate you.
Good
Have
night,
a good
JD.
one. I just want to, before you continue, I want to address what Pleasant Valley says. But Pleasant Valley, that's true. They did episodes in the original series that had some Vietnam stuff in it, but they were all shrouded in an alien planet. They weren't direct mentions. It was subtle. In Trek 6, they have actual lines in the film that are from newspaper, like quotes from the news of different people saying things. Only Nixon could go to China. He was our last best hope for peace. There were a bunch of stuff. And again, Nimoy and Meyer have admitted this. They had to walk on the beaches, they say. They put a bunch of stuff from the headlines of the time in the movie. And that's what I fundamentally hated to see.
They made it too topical. Like, who's going to know?
It was very topical.
Who's going to know and only Nixon can go to China in 200 years? Well, maybe, but I mean, if you ask someone today who Richard Nixon was, I wonder if how many younger kids know.
You had a Starfleet admiral saying, a Cartwright, saying Klingons would become the alien trash of the galaxy. A Starfleet admiral may talk like that in the filth, but a Starfleet admiral would never talk like that. Certainly not talk like that out loud in front of a bunch of other admirals. It was pretty, had a lot of problems. And I still like it. Yeah. I like certain things, it's just having a Vulcan being a traitor, whatever she was, if she was Valeris, was half Vulcan or half Romulan, whatever, having her be a traitor and, co-conspiring with, and they had Romulans and Klingons and humans co-conspiring with an arms manufacturer. They even had a line that was cut out. It was based on something from the Gulf War when an admiral said to the then president or whatever, well, we could clean their clocks. Well, they had that was a famous line talking about the Gulf War. Well, in this one, they had Rene Bernard-Chenois playing Major West, and he, in a scene that was cut out, which is in the special features, where he says, well, frankly, sir, we could clean their chronometers. And then he turned out to be the assassin. It's like, I don't know, man. It was too transparent for me. But anyway, continue with your.
No, I mean those all great points. So, I just wish they had one column where they summed this all up. But I guess the box office only, 2 years later, only 2 million less than. I'm talking Star Trek 3 versus
Good point,
Wrath
Michael
of Khan.
That's a good point.
That was a really bad line, and then pointing that out too. That's sometimes you miss things or you don't pay attention to things. Opening night, you're just, oh god, this is so awesome. It was a great send off for the crew. And then you get
Pleasant Valley. I hear what you're saying, buddy. I understand you. Go ahead, buddy.
Yep. So then you get Voyage Home. That was the big, huge, massive hit. So 109 Trek finally hit. Made over $100 million, and then 271 U.S. and Canada, plus 23 plus 133. So that was a massive high water for Trek. and then you can see where things, go way downhill. So of course, June 9th, 1989, I went to my friends to see The Final Frontier, and we left the movie there. Oh yeah, we really liked it. And by the time we drove home, we're about 20 minutes left, and we met at my house, and friends had driven there, and we're in the parking lot. We're like, maybe that wasn't such a good movie.
It took me a lot longer, but I hear you. Cardinal Sin, I still like it in some ways. So now he's asking you a question. Interesting. I don't think so, though, Cardi.
I'm not
Does this account for the re-release of TMP? And then when you say the re-release, the recent re-release, or I don't know.
Yeah.
It just accounts for basic box office when it was originally in its original run, I think. Cardi.
Yeah, it must be original. Yeah, it must be original run. Yeah, not the re-release. And I don't think they made a ton from that re-release, although I hope they did. And then I agree. Yeah, Final Frontier. The people were putting in the chat. Shatner got screwed over by the special effects company, and then the studios. And I think it could have been a lot better movie if they'd allowed his vision to be made. And that's one I'd love to see, a director's cut. And normally I'm not one for replacing scenes or doing things, but like the shuttlecraft crashing the Enterprise just looks so horrendous. I mean, even if they just a fan out there just redo that so I can edit that into my version, it's just takes you out of the movie. And but there are a lot of nice things about that movie too. Of course, what he's got to do with the spaceship, and the heart it's got the heart of Star Trek, and there's some good things about it. And of course, the camping scenes are just phenomenal. I've got my scenes, so I've got my marshmallow dispenser, and
marshmallow.
Yeah, it's just.
And Shatner had a completely different idea for the end of the movie that didn't get to be filmed because of the special effects problems.
Yeah. Like I always said, the basic problem with that idea, it was the idea. I remember, never forget the old time Snyder Show interview that had Harlan Ellison, Tom Snyder, but they also had Jimmy Doohan, Walter Koenig, and DeForest Kelley.
Wow.
And this is like 1970. I want to say 4-ish or somewhere up in there, maybe 5. Whatever.
So pretty old, yep.
Yeah, and it's probably on YouTube. But I used to watch that all the time. Before you had YouTube, it was like on some of the Star Trek blooper reels and stuff that you could get bootlegs of. Anyway, so they're talking, and Harlan Ellison's being as usual, Harlan Ellison stuff. But anyway, DeForest Kelley, they're talking about they're asking like, what do you want to do for the next movie? They're talking about the movie, because they've been talking about it for years at that point. Yeah, it is on YouTube, right? Well, DeForest Kelley says, well, I thought maybe, they should do something like, they go out and they looking for God, and then they find him and find out that he's Lucifer.
Ah.
And then there have been other talks for years, like Gene Roddenberry doing it. I don't know if that was Roddenberry's idea, whether it was DeForest Kelley. I don't know.
Yep.
But I'll never forget when I heard about what the basic plot was for Star Trek V before we went to see it in '89. Like, looking for God. I mean, that sounds familiar. What?
Oh, that's what you remembered it. Okay.
And I'm like, that sounds like an off comment, but it's not a good idea. Even I walked in going, okay, but I'm not so sure about that idea, guys. Whatever, man. And of course, it turned out to be a lot of people had its faults, but I don't think the idea works. I mean, obviously, you made it where it was so quote unquote, not crazy, but kind of crazy Vulcan, whatever you want to call him, who steals a ship and goes looking for God. But it was still probably a bad idea. I in my opinion.
Well, I like that plot twist at the end, though, and there's some good lines in there with Kirk.
That's what Kelly said. They find out they go look for God, and they find out he's basically Lucifer. In this case, he's an alien, but
yeah,
they actually believe he's God.
Yeah, so the end of the movie, as Jill mentioned, was supposed to be
God script. That's true, Larry. Good.
The end of the movie is Galaxy Quest. That's why I always say 7:35.5. So the end of Galaxy Quest is the rock creature that Shatner wanted to do, the fight in the end. Right. So that's the spoof of that, or the satire of that, because they didn't have, the special effects didn't work. So of course today, with CGI, even mediocre CGI is light years ahead of what was in Star Trek V, because they had to get ILM back in the last minute, because the company that they'd hired was just turned out to be a disaster and couldn't even produce some of the effects. So some of their terrible effects are in there, and then they had to get ILM, and I think it was scheduling conflicts and it was last minute stuff, and they had to change. Like Jill said, they just couldn't even do that last scene. So it's too bad. Yeah. So if he did do a director's cut on that, that would be actually And thank God we've still got William Shatner with us. That would be so cool to have a version of that. His version. Finally.
Well, we got a director's edition for TMP, and now we're getting one for Wrath of Khan in September. So maybe
what? Yeah,
maybe they'll keep doing it.
Well, Jill, is the one for Wrath of Khan the same director's cut they released a few years ago?
I don't know.
They're not changing that one up, are they? Because the director's cut does have a few minor differences, but not
the one from
nothing major,
one from
right?
Years ago was the same as the ABC cut.
Okay.
The ABC version that ran on TV.
I've never seen the director's cut, so I'll be going to the theaters. For that.
I'm going even though I have seen it, but it's now again when I bought that director's cut. By the way, I bought it when it was a single DVD. Later they put it in the big box set I've got. But
you're talking Wrath of Khan, right?
Yeah. Yes. And that director's cut looked exactly like pretty much the same thing. ABC, when Wrath of Khan first aired on ABC, it had a bunch of it had some added bits in it. It had some slight variation on some of the scenes, like with Scotty's nephew dying, and then Kurt, a little bit more exposition about his nephew when he because he doesn't say he's his nephew in the theatrical version. They say it in those extra scenes. There's not a lot,
very minor changes.
But
I think
there's and then still no baby that we talked about before the baby scene, but there is like something about McCoy saying after the first attack by Khan saying, "Hey, you gave as good as you got." He said, the only reason we're alive right now is because I knew something about these ships that he doesn't.
Yep.
But there's not much. They don't
it's
have
not like TMP where you got major, changes and new special effects and editing and things like that. So, yeah. But it's fun to see those, those special edition version. They just tweak minor tweaks. Had a couple to explain that Scott is nephew. Of course, bring him to the bridge. We're like, why would he bring him to the bridge?
Why would he bring him to the bridge?
Go to sick bay.
Press the wrong button.
That was just just for drama, but
I know you don't think
and because he's he's actually dies in sick bay. Spoiler, he dies in sick bay.
Right.
The word is given, Admiral. So of course it was just it's a drama choice, but he stayed at his post while the other cadets fled. A great delivery by Duhan.
In the poll now and report.
All right.
And then maybe we'll do one more poll, that is. All right, let's see here. Which is your favorite of the four Star Trek films? Of these, the first four Star Trek films. Okay, the Wrath of Khan in first place with 64%. Coming in a way distant second place, surprisingly, my goodness, the motion picture at number 2 with 15%. Sorry, Raquel. And in third place is the Voyage Home. And in fourth, at 13%. And in fourth place, 5% of the Search for Spock.
At least somebody voted for the Search for Spock.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. There you go. We'll do that. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I think that these budgets, this shows that Star Trek does better with the lower budget than too much. Aside from having good writers.
Oh, absolutely. And we've got one more panel here. I mean, not panel, it's a poll, sorry.
And while you're doing that, I'll just continue with the list. So Final Frontier was way down, $52 million on a $30 million budget. So, worldwide, 114 plus, let's see, 180. Yeah, so 200 million. So it's way down on its total, which is a shame there. Of course, worldwide it didn't do didn't do that badly. But then of course, Undiscovered Country, a little bit of a rebound there. So 158 million. Other territory. Yeah, so not too bad for Undiscovered Country. And of course, that was the nostalgia. People knew that was the last, movie with the original cast. So
yeah,
got to remember. I remember that night getting on. And this is back, when you had to go wait online to get your tickets. Otherwise, where I lived, there were maybe 2 movie theaters showing it. You didn't have all these multiplexes. You had, maybe the movie theater had like 2 movie theaters in it, if that, or 3 at the most. So you had to go like 5, 6, 7 hours early, and go sit online. And like for example, when Nemesis came out, I went like an hour earlier with my buddy. We're like, there's no one here, no one cares anymore.
Oh dang, those numbers are bad for Nemesis.
Yeah. So, and that was the fun of it too, was hanging out with your some friends, and you talk to people online, you talk Trek like we're talking now. You'd spend like 4, 5, 6 hours online. And now, kids these days, they can go on the internet and reserve your seat and show up, right when the previews end and you're in. But there was something really fun being on those lines. So you could see, so Generations was 75, then First Contact was 92. So that was probably the last really successful movie, I would think, for the franchise. And then Insurrection, you could see that drop off. And then, of course, Nemesis was a disaster that killed Star Trek for a while.
Boy,
and then Enterprise was canceled. Enterprise was canceled. What, 2004? Enterprise was canceled, or when was?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that that
2005.
didn't help. 2005. Thank you. Yeah. So that would have been 2003. That it was December to so a couple of years later, Enterprise was gone. So I'm sure the tanking of Nemesis couldn't have helped the situation there, where you make let's see, that's 100 million, 124, 125 plus 70. So so 190 million on a $60 million budget too. It was an expensive movie to make. So it's just it's you can see
Brett
just
Cohen,
the
thank
trend
you so
there.
much for the $5 super chat. He says, search for Spock puts me in the minority, but it was my first screen Trek movie. Holds a place for that reason. Hope you are all well and trekking hard. Thank you so much. I love that movie. Unabashedly, I don't care who knows it. I saw it 15 times in the theater. I dearly love that, and I can watch it all the time over and over again. So I'm right there with you, Brett Cohen, and thank you so much for that, my friend. I appreciate it. You were too kind. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No. It's all it's a great.
So there
great
you
stuff,
go. So which of these now are these in order of most? No, not more so success. So which one have we determined was the most successful of these?
Well, I guess if Jill could add up all the totals for us, or let me convert this to a.
You got worldwide. It says what they made.
Yeah, but you got to.
Yeah,
you got to
right.
add. You got to combine. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to make this into.
It's got. I thought it has worldwide on there. Though.
No, but it doesn't have total. It doesn't total all horizontally across. So it's not a total there. It's just. I mean, you can see U.S., which was the most.
Oh, okay.
Popular. So Voyage from.
Just curious. No big deal.
I loved.
Doesn't worldwide include U.S. and Canada?
No, I think that's. I think that's out. Let's see. I think that is no, because see, U.S. and Canada is 308, so worldwide's 140, and then other territories 56.
Well, no, but that's adjusted for inflation. They didn't adjust for inflation for worldwide.
It doesn't. Yeah. Which one made more profit? I'm talking about which one made the most.
Made the gross the most. Yeah. So
gross.
Yeah. So you can see. Well, this is the column to look at when you consider, U.S. and Canada. So. TMP was a huge success, gross, but of course it cost $45 million to make. And as Michael Beacon was saying, they had the cost of the TV series, so who knows what into the price of that. But Wrath of Khan, 224, gross, so huge gross, and less than a quarter of the money to make. So, and Star Trek 3, all right, so 200 million.
Damn.
But if we use that column, then we'd have to
use that column.
Adjust. If we use that column, we have to adjust the other numbers for inflation, like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you just use this column, this just shows you. That's how you compare U.S. and Canada. So
got you covered. I see.
Yeah, Voyage Home was the most profitable.
Voyage Home,
yeah.
That's kind of the most mass appeal, really.
Yeah, and then she tanks. So Generations is okay. Undiscovered, it's going down. And First Contact with the Borg, everyone loved that. Insurrection was a,
look at the budget on Insurrection. That's crazy. That
movie, 7. And it seemed like a TV show.
It seemed like a damn TV episode.
Unless they were paying the cast outrageous numbers, maybe.
That had to be it, because it was just ridiculous.
Yeah. So that's that's
without doing precise math, it looks like the motion picture did the best and Nemesis did the worst.
Yeah.
Well, go.
Motion picture, but you got to take into account the budget, though. That's the thing. So
right, the budget.
Yeah,
but it has it doesn't have too much.
It was. Oh no, it was 45. No, it was 45 million.
Mm-hmm.
See,
the budget. No, the budget for TMP was $45 million, and only in the U.S. and Canada grossed $82 million. So if you compare those numbers,
all right, Michael Bacon,
because those aren't adjusted for inflation. Take care, Michael.
Yeah, they're not.
Take Michael and Ironcaster. Thank you both.
Yeah,
that's why you could subtract the budget from the worldwide to get. I think the worldwide is not adjusted for inflation.
So,
you think worldwide might be
the entire
everything,
budget went to the stupid purple RPG that Mr. Woof carried with him during the idiotic fleeing scene.
Mr. Woof
from Cardleson says the USD lost 50% of its value between 1983 and 2006. The USD.
Oh, Jill is 100% right. Yes, Josh, should not question Jill's math abilities. Yeah. So the worldwide total is yeah. And the worldwide total is 100%. Jill's 100%, a million percent right. U.S. That's the 82 right. Versus the 56.
Well done, Jill.
Yeah. So that's 130. Yeah. So that's the worldwide. That's the worldwide gross. Yep. So
well done, Jill.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep. See how our poll's going. Go ahead.
But you're right. You definitely have to account for the budget.
Yeah. Well, just in general, you see the popularity changing. Yeah. So that's yeah.
I'm not surprised on this poll, though. Let's see. So far, we got 23 votes. The undiscovered country is 87% and with a big lead on the 13% for what does God need with the starship?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So, we know it's. we knew that was going to be the way. Yeah, it's not like a surprise, but I didn't want. I'll do a poll on the four.
You moved the numbers.
TNG.
Oh, yep.
I'll do one when we get through with the TNG movies. We'll do it.
Oh, it looks like Voyage Home might actually be the most successful.
Yeah,
that would figure. They used to always say it was, so people have always said that. So yeah. So.
Yeah, that would make sense if you do the worldwide. Yeah, Nemesis is the worst. Yeah,
they shouldn't even put the filth on there. Filth don't belong on there.
But see, it's got to be you got to do adjusted for inflation.
Well, I understand that, but it's on my screen.
If I do, sorry, I'm trying to.
That's okay for you to put profanity on my screen like that.
I didn't mean to. Let me go back to the regular. See, guys, we're just joking now. Yeah, I'm not going to get airlock. That's okay.
Yeah, and actually, he's going into the agony booth for that one.
Yeah,
the agony booth is the most effective means of discipline.
Yeah,
I assume you've ordered full duration. I haven't decided.
Decided yet, yeah.
Exactly.
There we go. Here. That's how we can solve that. That's how we can solve that.
Thank you. No, that's so fun.
That's too bad. I was enjoying the numbers, but all right.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are the numbers person.
No, it's okay.
We don't want to take the numbers away from you.
No.
Yeah.
I was distracted anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, are you? I know everyone's looking forward to Deep Space Nine to get there, but are you?
Absolutely.
Are you ready to get this over with? I mean, I'm not this show. I mean, TNG. Because the next episodes, as I said, everyone, next week, Raquel will be back.
We'll have 3 episodes.
We're going to do 3 episodes instead of four.
I could show
you.
And
they are. I got them right here. Unless you want to tell. If you want,
I got them right here. Yeah.
You are the communications officer. So
let Jill show them. Yep.
So next week I put it in the chat.
Yes, Steve. Well, yeah, I love Voyage Home. I mean, I love the idea behind it. I was never big about the way they use the slingshot time travel stuff, but what the hell,
Yeah.
It's just a great fun movie. It was released around Christmas time, and they had that weird opening theme, which sounds like Christmas. It makes me think of Christmas.
It did, yeah.
When they fly around in a Klingon ship.
And they fly around in a dang Klingon ship. It was, but yeah, hey, it was pretty cool. I mean, I love it still. So Bloodlines, the 3 episodes next week, of course, are Bloodlines, your homework, of course, Emergence, and Preemptive Strike. Mr. Angel.
Hey, Mr. Angel.
Up, my friend.
Hello, Mr. Angel.
It's always good to see you. What?
There are worse things than getting airlocked, Mr. Angel says. Sentenced to a 24-hour Wesley marathon.
Whoa, we had a Wesley. He loved our Wesley poll earlier.
Yeah.
But no, Mr. Angel, good to see you there, bud. So yeah, those are the 3 episodes for next weeky, and then of course the week after that it'll be the big series finale. I mean, meaning
that's exciting.
We're going to celebrate by reviewing the last episode. Wasn't all good things run as one episode eventually?
Yes.
Initially?
Yeah, it's just an hour long or so.
Agreed, Max. That Leonard Roseman's score was fabulous for sure. They
didn't split it up week 2.
No, when it first aired, it was one episode,
like a 2-hour movie, kind of
syndicated as 2. But when
they showed it
originally aired, it was as a special.
Because the kind of Farpoint did they show? Yeah, they showed the whole.
Also, that was the same deal. That was a special.
2 at once, right? Yeah.
They showed it all at once first. You found it Farpoint, then later it was syndicated as 2. Or re-syndicated as 2, I guess. It was a syndicated show anyway. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Brett Cohen. I appreciate that. He says, "Can we just have Hungry Boy stop and name changes? It's a Borg's Kafka metamorphosis. I'm still confused but hungry, like the state of discombobulation." Thank you so much. Well, Brett Cohen, I ain't the boss of Hungry Boy. I can't give him orders. And I actually kind of like the name changes. They're kind of funny anyway. But yeah, I ain't the boss of him. But you'll have to take that up with Hungry Boy. See if you can enter negotiations.
I love Hungry Boy's name changes.
There's no way there's 24 hours worth of Wesley episodes. God, I hope not.
That's why when you reach the end of the Wesley episodes, you have to start all over for 24 hours.
Oh no.
So anyway, yes. So what we'll do is that in 2 weeks, we'll it'll be the big celebration of ending of our completing of reviewing of every episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, and we will review all good things, and then we will have such festivities as picking our favorite episodes of the whole run, our least favorite episodes of the whole run, our favorite seasons, our least favorite seasons, and we'll have the whole crew here, of course, and
nice.
And of course everyone will be able to choose theirs as well. So it'll be fun. It'll be a party. We'll always, and then of course the following week, in the following 2 weeks, it'll be the 4 movies.
So wait, we're gonna do the best and worst episodes of the entire series, but also will we do the same thing for season 7?
Yes, absolutely. What we'll do is our first thing we will do after, we'll do the season 7 one, our season 7 best and worst, and then we'll go on to do our outlook of the whole series of the whole,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
That'll be a big show. Yep. No, I was gonna say that's gonna be an awesome show. Yep, a big show. A lot of cool stuff happening. Yep.
That'll be a big one.
Yeah, that'll
all
be
we gotta do is
July
get through next week. That'll be okay. Yeah. All we gotta do is get through next week then, and then
that'll be a gooder.
We're smooth sailing, and we'll be. Those of you who are because I've had a lot of people tell me, no, but a lot of people are angry. Some people are angry with the Next Generation because of what the horrible P. Hard show and what Patrick Stewart and some of the other actors, the way they made total asses of themselves. And it's hard to blame them. And they said they don't want to watch it. And some of them just really weren't that big of a fan anyway. But I've had some people, it just seems like everyone's looking forward to DS9.
Well, to Grammy, my mother-in-law, who call her Grammy, had her 85th birthday is tomorrow. So hail to Grammy if you're out there. And as I always say, that she became a huge TNG fan. She was an English teacher and loved Shakespeare. And I said, well, there's a guy on Star Trek you might like, and let's watch a few episodes. Take care, Cardinalson.
Good night, Cardinalson. Good.
Good night,
Cardinal. And I got her to be a huge TNG fan, and through the years I would always give her like Patrick Stewart, action figures. And the last thing I got her was the Patrick Stewart face palm. I got a bronze sculpture that Think Geek was selling. Always like little Patrick Stewart stuff as a joke. And then, even she was saying today, she said she doesn't even want to watch TNG anymore because she watched both seasons of Picard and it soured her on and she doesn't pay attention to the interwebs and all the stuff that maybe the actors are saying, but just she's like, it's just so depressing to think of that character when you go back to TNG. Granted, there's a lot more clunkers than I remembered in TNG, but it just sours you on the character and the series as a whole, unfortunately.
But you don't notice that because you just go to rewatch your favorite episodes.
Yeah. But just now she's like I didn't even get her any Patrick Stewart stuff for a joke. Usually I get like a joke gift or something or 3D print something. It's just the spark is kind of gone when you have something that's new. Look at the Not Obi-Wan series or something like that. It just that's why it was so fun to watch this original Star Wars last night and just get that out of my system.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
Max Redstone for the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. You were too kind. I appreciate that. He says Cybok rocks. Larry Luckenbill ruled in the role. He did. Originally supposed to be Sean Connery, and he wasn't available because he was working on Indiana Jones, and that's why they named him the planet Shah Kari. And take care, Cardinalson. Good to see you there, buddy. Have a good one. Happy the Father's Day to everyone out there, you and everyone else tomorrow. But Lawrence Luckenbill was excellent. I always thought he did a great job as Cybok.
Yeah, he was good.
We're not going to talk about Cybok beyond that because it leads to filth.
Well, there's only one Cybok. There's only one Cybok.
Yeah. So, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It sure is.
Well, it's Sean Connery now.
Well, we can start wrapping it up and letting everybody get out of here early. What do you think? Because we didn't really have any specific topics. Unless either one of you have anything to throw out there now, Jill.
I don't, but it looks like we should be getting to Deep Space Nine by the 23rd of July next month.
Oh wow! Okay, so we're only like about a little over a month away from DS.
Oh, I got to get that stuff to Raquel. I got to get that stuff to her.
Yeah,
I better finish on my 3D printing. Because I got to get that box. I got to get that book to her because it's.
How long you been packing that box for? A year now?
For over and the phone, yeah, and then the Star Trek Enterprise phone too. So
oh my God!
It's going to be a big box, but the thing is, unfortunately, it's so expensive. You know, ship like a small thing to Canada is $25 to $30 or more.
Rethink that. I'll try to send her that book.
No, I'm going to send it all. Once you get it all in the box, it's just like sending one thing. You might as well just send a bunch, but just like what I'm saying, like if you sent one little book, it's like, $40 or $30. So you got to make the box worth the trip. So
I have that book. I got it.
Oh,
I got it ready to go.
All right.
Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, everyone, I appreciate you all so much hanging out. I know we didn't do much. We're going to we'll finish up our poll here and then we'll start saying our goodbyes.
Great polls tonight.
Yeah, had some fun with the polls. Thank you all for voting in the polls. This one is let's see here. I gotta wait till it shows up. Wow. Looks like somebody was being bad. Here we go. All right. Okay, which Trek film do you like the best out of these two? Undiscovered Country or Final Frontier? The Undiscovered Country wins in a landslide, 86% over Final Frontier. What does God need with the starship? At 17%. Indeedishness. Well, there you go. So, again, had fun with these polls.
Great
stuff,
I
love the polls.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just...
That's a great thing to do, yeah.
Oh, wow. Let's see here. Okay. Show notes, really, pretty much, of course. Jill, what you got going on your show? Tell us what's going on with you because you've been doing some great stuff.
Well, as Hungry Boy says it, I will be reviewing the Orville episode 3, Freddy Krueger in Space. Or wait, it's called Mortality Paradox. And then on Fridays, I just have a show where I'll do whatever I want, just random stuff. Lately, I've been reviewing a little bit of The Filth, and also to balance it out, I've been reviewing UFO.
All right.
Absolutely.
And that's been fun.
Well, fantastic. And everyone, there's a link to Jill's channel in my description below. I don't have it on me here, available at me at the moment, but I know it's in my description below. So appreciate you all. If you would go, and if you have not already, please go and subscribe to Jill's wonderful channel and check out what she's doing over there. The great Mark D with the C's channel is also a link is my description below. He will be doing what? So let's see some Sunday Night Geekery tomorrow night.
Sunday Night Geekery, yep. And on the actually I wore my Wrath of Khan shirt tonight, so
oh wow,
as you can see, so I had that.
Nice.
And Jill, I don't know if you were sorry, I'm way away from the mic. I don't know if you saw my Orville ship. I was getting close to.
Yes, I was time traveling, and I did see it.
Oh, you did see it. You did see it. Okay,
I can't wait to see you paint it.
So I got to paint it, and I'm working on sanding it. Yep. Good night, Max. Yep. So yeah, so we'll have Sunday Night Geekery, and we'll just hang out and chat. Whatever happens during the week, and whatever wherever the chat goes. So I'm looking forward to that. And Clobberin times is there a lot of times. Depends on the schedule, I know. And yep, we just love hanging out. And Steve Mitchum's usually there. Dad Man's there a lot of times, and some other guests. So it's a casual hangout show. Have a lot of fun, and we'll talk whatever happened during the week, and maybe we'll talk some Orville. This week. So
absolutely
that'll be fun. Yep. But thank you for having me on, and looking forward to the next Saturday night. We try, but we're a pale replacement for number one, but we do our best.
Yep, we love number one. We love our wonderful number one, Raquel Briggs, and I hope she had a wonderful time tonight and did well.
Yep.
Yes,
the mission was successful. Yep.
Never the same. June 30th on a Thursday, June 30th, I should say. 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'm proud to be a part of Iconicon 2. I was a part of it last year and really enjoyed it. It is an online virtual con, for those who don't know, celebrating basic geek stuff of the 80s and 90s, put on by the great YouTube channel Retro Blasting, celebrating their 10th anniversary this year. They have tons of great panels last year, and they got tons of great ones scheduled for this year. I'll start putting up the schedule. And you can go to their website, retroblasting.com, and find the schedule on there, I believe. And it's got amazing stuff. I am proud to be hosting the panel on toy comics, which are comics based upon toys. And joined, of course, by my great friend, Michael French of Retro Blasting fame, the master of Retro Blasting. Endless Bullets podcasts, Matt Swafford, and, of course, Jeff Barker of Chasing 80s Toys channel. And I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a great fun. And check that out and check out all of Iconicon. It's going to be amazing. I'll be back here Monday night, probably. I guess so, as far as I know.
With better be.
Monday night Mark C. Comics Talk. I guess I am. Who knows? Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, you won't be. Yeah.
Anyway, you never know. But that's going to be fantastic. And so let's say our goodbyes to our wonderful friends who are with us tonight, because it's a tradition here at Saturday Night Star Trek. First off, because I don't do it enough, thank you everyone who lurked, who was not able to talk to us, or if you've watched this, i.e. listen to it, or listen to it on a download, on a later rewatch, whatever, or what have you, I cannot thank you enough. I really appreciate you. Please, anyone, if you have not already, please both like the video and subscribe. It is very much appreciated, always. And thank you. Because I don't do that enough. I don't say thank you to the listeners or watchers who do give us views and don't necessarily participate, because you don't have to, of course. And again, I love the ones who do, but not everyone can. I watch and view a lot of videos that I don't, necessarily get to participate in, or so.
Yes, we love the lurkers too.
But I lurk, and we all lurk. sometimes.
Yeah, normally you don't like lurkers in real life, but on YouTube it's okay.
And,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
If
and
there's
YouTube
someone
is
actually in the
fantastic.
bushes watching my house, I'm probably not going to love them.
Yeah, but sometimes you just can't engage in the chat, or you're at work, or like Jill. I was watching your show the other day, and then I popped in. But like sometimes you're just you're doing work or something, so you're like, I want to say hi to everyone, but I can't,
Right.
because then you
Because
don't want, then you
as
got to
soon as
engage.
yeah, as soon as you say hi in the chat, you're in the chat, and then you have to say something to leave.
Right?
Yeah, the way it goes. Well, thank you all so much. Let's see. The great Steve Mitchum, Maddie's daddy. Hope you have a great Father's Day. Look who popped in at the last second there. Dad man.
Hey, Dad man.
Hi,
What
Dad
is
man.
up, dude?
Great to see you.
Man, it's last second popped in there, but I got you down there. So, Dad man, I hope you're doing well. And again, everybody have a wonderful Father's Day. Before I start listing everyone again, I will say shout out and love to our wonderful first officer, the unbelievably brilliant, beautiful RM Raquel Briggs. And shout out to our good buddy who's chief security but couldn't make it, the great Lord Thoth as well. Avon lives, long live the Legion. If you hear this, buddy, later. Let's see. Steve Mitchum, thanks, buddy, for being here. The great Eric K, Bronze Wincher. Eric, thanks a bunch, buddy. As always, really appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Eric. Yep. I think I just step out for a second, he said.
That's
I'm
cool.
not sure. Yep.
Apollome's Minion.
Yes, you're right.
Yep. And Eric, yeah, let me know what if you had. I think you may had to. You had to delete something that somebody wrote or something. I didn't see it, but he could let me know if that's the case. So you could send it to me on Twitter or something. But I just saw that when I went to look at the outside of the chat.
It's fine. It was just something that shouldn't be. It was auto hidden by YouTube with your little modding for dummies thing that you have going. So it automatically hit it, and then we just let it stay hidden because it wasn't good.
It was a person. Yeah, well, that's what I want to find out what it was. But we'll do later. So, follow me, Minion.
It wasn't that bad. It just wasn't.
I got you. You can tell me after.
Okay.
Phantom Outsider,
yep.
Fanty, the Felicianos, Raymond and Sandra, they had to run, but we shout out everyone whether they're gone or not. Thank you, Felicianos. Please go to subscribe to King Dolphin TV. Pop Culture Curator, thank you for being here tonight.
Yes. See you on Tuesday, Pop Culture.
Indeed. The Catman, a.k.a. Dee Myers. Buddy, thank you for being here. I hope you and your lovely wife are doing well. The great J-Man, I hope you and your lovely wife are doing well. And shout out to the great Sean as well. Just up to Sean. JT Kirk, buddy, thank you for being here. Appreciate you so much. Wagnar was here. Wagnar. I can't do it like Raquel, but I can try. Wagnar. D. Bud Martin, buddy. Thank you. The great Kal-El. I know you're probably just lurking tonight, man, but appreciate you, bud. Hope to see you soon.
And thank you, D. Bud Martin, for posting my channel link and also Mark DXC's.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, D. Bud. Yep. Zathras. Thank you, Zathras. What did I do? Did I miss something? Okay. Did I put his name in there? I want to make sure I got everybody. Yeah, okay, no. That's what I'm just making sure I got everybody. Okay, I got it. Gotcha. I'm sorry about that, everybody. Had a bit of a problem. Okay. We'll get this done quick. Let's see here. Zathras, yes. Nirat and Axamanda Bear, thank you. The Comic Relief Crusader was here. Shooter, thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate you. Our buddy ED Enigmatic Drop Bear was here. The great Chris Persia, thanks for always, my friend, and all you do. Thank you so much. Our great pal, the extraordinary Hungry for a Braga Free Orville. Hungry boy, buddy. We always appreciate you. Scotty R37, thank you. The lovely Wendy Webb, and congratulations on that new grandbaby. Wendy Webb, love
congratulations.
Yeah.
JD Lewis, my friend. I think he had to run, but cool. Pleasant Valley Picker, thanks for being here tonight, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Dave G. Sound, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Wolfie 762. You have to wait till next week to get the Raquel noise there. Sorry. Tyrell 72. Tyrell, thank you so much for being here tonight. It is always a pleasure to have you here. Appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. The great Cardinal Sin. Cardi, thank you. I think he had to run, but thanks, Cardi, for your donations and your generosity and support. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. Just Joe Jobber, what's up, buddy? Thank you as always for being here, man. Max Redstone, Max, the great Max Redstone, thank you so much. Inferior, thank you for popping in tonight. Larry, thank you, Larry. And Larry.
And Larry misses Raquel, and so
I know. We all miss her. We love her. We miss her. Louise X Sparrow popped in earlier. Lovely lady. Thank you so much for popping in. Tiny Metal Trees, a new visitor. Thank you for being here tonight. Interested in stuff. Thank you for being here. The great Schoolball Pete was here. Coolness. Our great buddy Pat S popped in. Pat S, hope you're doing well, buddy. Give us a holler. Anano Moss, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Monkey G-Bus, thank you. Whatever Cast just popped in. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with Whatever Cast. If any of you know, but could be a new friend popping in, and it's always.
Oh, that's Wes. Is that?
Oh
Wes?
yeah,
it might be.
Wes,
yeah,
that is Wes.
Oh, that's right. That's Wes. Hey, Wes, Moody.
Hey, Wes. Yep.
A distinguished visitor.
Yeah,
well,
there we go.
Wes, we're just saying our goodbyes tonight, but Wes, it is still honored to see you here, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Long time no talk, but I hope life is treating you well and you're doing great on your channel. And again, honored to have you pop in, sir. I hope you have a wonderful Father's Day tomorrow.
Yes, happy Father's Day to everyone.
Indeedishness. Jeff Morris, a new friend who popped in. Thank you for being here tonight. Keely Chow, Roll Tide Keely Chow. My old buddy The Thing clobbered tonight. Good to see you, man. Mark Lerseth, thank you. Dave, thank you for popping in, buddy. Zacharat, hey, thank you. Hey, Rob Altus, thank you for being here tonight. Appreciate you. Our great buddy Michael Beacom, I believe he had to run, but Michael Beacom, shout out. And thank you for being here with us, my good friend.
Great guy.
Our buddy, that 70s rock fan, popped in tonight. We need to get him on one of these nights. Maybe we'll try to get him to join the party with us. Does he qualify as a Trek crewman? Do you think we can? We'll run him through and see if he does.
We'll give him a quiz.
We love 70s. He's great. Damn loops. The Woke Breaker popped in. Woke Breaker, thank you for being here. Our old buddy Ironcaster. Appreciate you, Woke Breaker. Thank you for being here. Buddy. Ironcaster ran off on us, a little sleepy little dude.
He had some robots to build.
Yes. Rogue Disney, thank you for being here tonight. Adega Outlaw popped in. It's an honor. Thank you, sir. Canadian Spidey, who does whatever a Canadian spider can, popped in.
Take care, Spidey, man.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good night, Spidey.
Arabic Sandar was here. Thank you, Brett Cohen, for being here tonight as well. Our good old buddy, the chef, popped in at the last moment, Mr. Angel.
Hope you're doing good, Mr. Angel. And thanks for the Discord. Let me put in the Clubhouse Discord. I always forget. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So everyone could follow us.
I always forget.
Engage us over there. And Clobberin Times has promised to visit once in a while.
You got to promise to remind me.
I don't go on the Discord much either.
I know. I never go, and
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun over there. Yeah.
And Dad Man popped in at the last minute. Dad Man, brother, good to see you. And again, another that, and the last but not least, again, our last mention there again. Whatever Cast, Wes. Thank you again for popping in, sir. Good to see you. So, those are our goodbyes, everyone. Really appreciate you being here tonight. We will play out with these important messages. Well, you know what? We showed it at the beginning. Let's show it at the end, too. Raquel's message to you all.
Yes, I love that video.
Yeah, here we go. This is our wonderful First Officer, Raquel, saying goodbye, then important messages, and then end credits, because everyone loves our end credits that Raquel made for us. We love you, RM. Number one, you're the best. And this is her, because she loves you all. This is Raquel saying hello to you all tonight.
Evening, Clobberers. How are you all, 735ers? I am so sorry that I will not be there tonight for our mission. I'm on an away mission. The captain has given me strict orders. I will be returning to the bridge as soon as possible. Until then, Paco, and Lola, say hello and have a wonderful Saturday night Star Trek.
We battle one. Surely that. Oh.
I have had enough of you!